Hello everyone, how you guys doing today? It's Black Matter and Kijo should soon be here, but then let's just get straight into the league standings here. No time wasted at all. We can see Cyclone and PDX dominating the top of the league boards, of course, with the maximum point there, 6. And there we have the first team that we'll be playing today, NATO Gaming, with 3 points, and Sirix Matter as well, tying with them there with another 3 points of their own. And looking at the other teams there, Trinity, none points, and Eclipse Gaming being the one with no points at all on that leaderboard. Hopefully things start to look up for them. And of course, it's looking at the map wins and losses. We see Cyclone and PDX, of course, top in the chat, where the draws start to come. NATO. And my goodness, okay, production just confirmed that Cyclone has 5 maps. You can tell Cyclone are not just stopping the leaderboards, they are dominating there as well. Things are looking really good when it comes to Cyclone esports in terms of the points, in terms of the series wins, in terms of the map wins. But then when you come down to the 3rd place and the 4th place, NATO Gaming and Sirix, you tend to see things like draws, tend to see things like ties and all that. But hey, hopefully these teams get better positions after today's series set of matches that we are going to play. And speaking of matches, the first one we will be streaming today is Mashhada versus NATO Gaming, and I am looking forward to this one. And of course, switching over to the maps production. Actually, no, before the maps, we're gonna get to the kill leaderboard, and we see the players who has been doing numbers in these streams and in the league phase of the ABC. Simsy, of course, with the maximum impact, topping that board there, 170 kills, 1.60 KD and 167 impact. Second from Mashhada Squid, second being Mashhada Squid with 140, 1.19 KD and 149 impact. Third being Cyclone Nondi, 133 kills, 1.14 KD and 143, and so on and so forth. So a lot of players there, 10 in total, doing numbers, doing amazing, bringing amazing stats to us. And of course, looking at the maps they're going to be playing, NATO Gaming versus Mashhada, that is Hardpoint on Takeoff for the first map. It's S&D on Firing Range, the classic Sniper's Den, and Control on Crossroads. Now, that's a map I don't get to see often, but then that's the map I want to see how these players are going to navigate through. But still, Hardpoint on Takeoff. We have seen Takeoff in the league phase before. We have seen that being played, but then it's Mashhada, it's NATO. Let's see how they play the map themselves here. Let's wait for the game to start right off with the Hardpoint. But honestly, I am looking forward to this one. It's day 3 of the league phase, and it's the African Pro Series, guys. Shout out, and of course, we gotta give shout out to our sponsors, Our Sports Gaming, for bringing to us this amazing series so far, because we wouldn't have an epic action and an epic cinema of an event of a tournament without them. And don't forget, guys, Hardpoints on Takeoff once again, S&D on Firing Range, and Control on Crossroads. That's how we get straight into the first map. Hardpoint on Takeoff, we get to the area view, as Carl would say, the calm before the storm. That little gentle breeze that blows through the map that you can enjoy just before the gunfight and everything will break out, as both these teams will get straight into the action. No time wasted, no time for yip yap. It's just numbers being fought, twins force, and now the gunfights are gonna start. The first block already open, and back and forth will start with that hill, because if I put these teams, and I gotta ask a question here. Mashhada already starting it out well. They have taken the hill. That's numbers being picked up back and forth, but we see NATO Gaming trying to play catch up here as they take back that hill. That's a good start. Mashhada says no, you don't, as they will take it back again. Now Mashhada still trying to play for points as they should, but that hill take it back. Now finds a 2-piece there, back and forth. Another 2-piece picked up by NATO Gaming. They are no starts, a 3-piece picked up, and now no being found. NATO Gaming, but that hill is one thing holding them back. Mashhada not letting them in it. They're just taking everything, every point they can, and now NATO Gaming take back scraps on P1, but so far so good. Things are starting to look good for Mashhada as they take back that game once again. Now Twix move 4. That's right, pulling as well. That's a double picked up by now. The BMP 21-4. They've started up well. They're keeping things that way. The hill being taken exactly if they can by Mashhada. Now we rotate straight onto B2. No time wasted here. Numbers back and forth. Right, move 4. Storm Force as well. Twix Force 22-4. They've got that lead, but that is not a bad lead. They cannot afford to slack. They cannot afford to let things, slow down against NATO Gaming. This is a team that they have the same number of points with, 3 and 5 on the league board. You can't afford to underestimate them. Now, NATO Gaming take some points themselves, 3-4-10, 14 score difference. It's their liquids for right balls, back and forth to double the score lead. But NATO, we say black, we can do better than that. 25-13. The Hills in the favor of Masada. That beat to win heavily contended. But Masada succeed in keeping NATO Gaming away from the hill. And I gotta ask the question at this point: every hill contest simply won by Masada. Does NATO Gaming have any counter plans against this? Because the hill now scrap time taken by them. Masada getting closer to that 50-point mark. Swix and Storm, they're gonna make it through. They're trying their way to break in. NATO Gaming, they can't break in. Their next hope is to rotate onto that next hill. It's gonna get straight to P3, and it looks like the boys of Masada will still somehow try to find their way there first as the hill will open up, and the boys of NATO Gaming take it first. But now Liquid comes over the BMP trying to play them out. The hill has one down, and only one gets traded out immediately. The claw comes out to play, has to find a double with it, and try to find a triple, find any blood of Masada. He wants to get more, just more than down. Finds 3, massive pistol will fail, takes him down, and now Masada above the 50-point mark, 52-27. The hill is there. They're keeping NATO Gaming out. They're making sure, but now Keanu, the real one, John Wayne, Tempest fights too, and after it comes out with an equalizer to find more numbers. And 64-37 upgrade skills coming out of play for Masada. For NATO Gaming, they're trying their best to break into that hill. Masada doing a good job keeping them at the scrap time on P3, and Storm comes out with that death match. And Liquid already fights 2, now fights another of his own. It's a 50-point score difference. Masada are doing a great job keeping them away, but now the hill, 3 seconds scrap time. Rotations will matter to that next hill as the boys of NATO Gaming will be there first. 5 seconds until the hill open. That's Keanu. Find more numbers with the USS9. 87-27. It's a 60-point score difference. Masada already knows how to play points, but now NATO Gaming take that back that hill. There's a smoke trying to send them out. Yes, with the XN4. Almost picking up more numbers, but only one. Now, Anime gets a 3-piece. That's the Vortex, the Raptor Vortex gone. Anime wants to pick up 4 more. Gets taken down. Now finds a 2-piece. Make that 3. But now knock with a Sparrow. Gonna do numbers to make it 4. Knock smiling. And keep it out to make it 6. Now, the man is not done. He wants to get more. And now Phoenix says if Knock can do it, so can I. One machine weapon in hand. The man is trying to shoot into that hill. He finds 1. Make that 2. Make that 3. If Knock can do 6, I can do 3. Masada across the 100-point mark. NATO Gaming, they are playing catch up. They have not found their footing in this hill. They can't sold that against scrap time in favor of Masada. Every bit of scrap, every bit of hill time in favor of Masada. NATO Gaming now. Rotations onto that next hill will matter at this point. 115-39. The lead is there. They just have to hold that until the end. Can they hold that until the end? NATO Gaming, they are trying their best to break in, but Masada are doing a great job keeping them out. And now the smoke storm through the smoke. Ram 7 finds a double, and now not Keanu with a pride fight 1 there. That's the double and another pickup by now with DMP 125-40. It's a near 100-point difference, and now we get into the next video.
4. Blue. Two doubles.
One more in the
Two blue doubles. Some pop
Dead.
I'm pushing up. One more deep.
There's one red.
There's one tap, they're coming tickets, throw them coming tickets, one tap.
Watch your flank, watch the ATMs,
Help me tickets. Sparrow tickets.
Sparrow nearly pushed out now.
Dead.
There's more.
Yes, 2 nil.
Stand in the hill, I stand him.
One playing ATM. He's
One cap. Nice.
Yeah, one point on top. Stop.
Double stay.
There's 2 nil. Ticket. ATMs out of here. Nice, off. They're gonna. I'm cutting the P1.
P1.
More deep. Nice one.
P1 got me.
On the hill house.
I'm in the hill, I was in the hill.
Think about me, bro.
They have deep.
One more hill.
One more is one shot.
I'm playing you.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going top. Tian, I'm playing top, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna stun this medic. I'm stunning the
All
medic.
they both lethal, bro.
They're gonna flank us. Watch your blue now.
They're gonna stun the medic.
Yeah, 2P1, bro.
Yeah, that's why I said knock must stay there.
Wow, that was a pretty intense call-out being given by the boys of Marshall. You can tell it takes a lot of coordination to get to this point and hold up. Now, NATO Gaming somehow have already increased the number they were on since the listing end, but now double the score lead. Still, though, Marshall are keeping it that way and keeping them there, playing catch-up. But now Storm, the death machine comes out to play. That's one picked up, and how Equalizer comes out from Twix to the fight. He can fight one there. Gonna go for a double before the time runs out, but no, not gonna place him. I takes him down and wait. Not that, but still far 174.85. That's number's been picked up, and then trying to keep them away. NATO Gaming, you somehow dominate ahead. But the Marshall are quick to put them out again. Take it back. NATO Gaming takes it back and forth for scrap time. Rotations on that next hill will belong to the boys of NATO Gaming. They know how to play for scraps and they know how to get that next hill first, as they will get there first before the boys of Marshall and keep them out. NATO Gaming, it is starting to look like they are closing in here. The hill is in their favor, but Marshall is closer to that 200-point mark. NATO Gaming crossing that 100-point mark. That's back and forth as we picks up one. Right, comes out with a sparrow. That brings out him and says, you're not the green arrow. I am. He will put down 3. That's 178, 105. Liquids, 520, man. Liquid 4. Get Trinity, right. Spring 4. Phoenix 4. Astro 4. 182, 106. The score lead is no longer double the number. NATO Gaming has started the contest. Like everything depends on the Hardpoint. Phoenix with a war machine. Phoenix with a war machine. Points 3. And Liquid's equalizer comes up to play. Twins to the corner. Fights Liquid back and forth. Marshall goes at that 200-point mark. The hill is there. Scrap time we've entered. And now 50 point. Make that 49. Twix fights a double. Not fights another of his own. And now 205. 45 score left. And Marshall are closer than ever till the end point. But Storm knows what to do. He will find numbers for Marshall. The hill resets. And on that next hill, that's a shot that's from Keanu finding one now. Phoenix comes out with a bread fight. Astro 215, 106. NATO Gaming, it's now double the score lead that Marshall has given to you. If there's any response you can make, it's gonna be now or never. But then 218, 107, they know what's there. They know what they can do. But are they executing it? What is the issue here? But still, NATO Gaming, since they take back the hill, and now not fighting 3 pieces. What the man? He fights 4, and that's 227, 112, and the hill still in favor of Marshall. Storm with around 7, taking numbers, and Daddy Man comes out with a 3-piece of his own, and Twix finds Storm. Marshall, NATO Gaming take back the hill, and what they can salvage of it. With 231, it is closer than ever. It's a 19 score left for Marshall to take the Hardpoint on takeoff. But how much more can they salvage? NATO Gaming take back scrap time or rotation on that next hill will be where the boys of Marshall will have to go to salvage what's left to get as 2-piece for the XM4 picked up by Phoenix, and now 231, 140. Marshall, they have that hill, but no, you don't. NATO Gaming takes it back. The Twins comes out with equalizer to try to clear things out now. Sparring on. The man's been a menace with the Sparrow since the game started, but now Marshall take things back again and now closer than ever. So that 250-point mark, that's that machine. No, make more number. The two-piece picked up, sweating everything in the back. The 150 plates of the deck machine is enough for it. For 232, 156. NATO Gaming take back that hill. That contested, they are fighting hard, and Marshall has started to lose grip of the Marshall gets a 2-piece to make it 3x and 4 to the rescue. NATO Gaming making the most of that hill, keeping Marshall away from that hill. 232, 172, 15. scrap time, and now rotations are not next year. That's gonna be what the boys of Mashda will have to prioritize now. What can they do at this point? Mashda are starting to lose that lead. They took him closing on that 12.5. Will not find the 3-piece on his own. Swave gets taken out. 238, 175. They better hold that hill as much as long as they can. NATO Gaming are doing what they can to pursue that hill, pursue that lead, closing as much as possible. But so far, Keanu comes up with Tempest, finds one through the smoke. That's 239, 240, 10 more points left. Little game, you're running out of time. They hit the paper Matla, 5 more points left. For Hardpoint on takeoff to be that. But Little game comes in with the contest, but now finds 2-piece. That's double, picked up with the extra 4. But so far, 3 more left. Mashada, they are closer than ever. 2 more left. Make that one, and Mashada will secure the win for Hardpoint on takeoff. My goodness, it was an amazing contest between these teams. NATO Gaming fought. They showed that they wanted it to end in their favor. And right here, we're gonna welcome our second caster, Kijo, onto the stream. And Kijo, hello Kijo, how are you doing today?
Oh my god. After watching that Hardpoint match, I honestly don't know. I feel like NATO at this point because they were struggling. I was struggling behind the scenes here, guys. Technical difficulties. But I won't lie. NATO put up an incredible fight against MSH, but evidently MSH bagged another win, put the fries in the bag, as people were saying in the chat. And going straight into the stats after that game, Knock and VNX, well, Knock was the only one who got above 60 in the entire lobby, barely made it above their 61, but VNX not far behind with 58 kills and the second highest OBJ time for his team. So yeah, those two definitely carried. I don't know what Wonder Twin powers, twin telepathy they had going on behind the scenes, but every player from MSH above 40 kills, Keanu with over 2 minutes in point. I guess they really knew what they were doing. And from NATO side, I don't know. The OBJ was looking a little bit shaky, but the kills were definitely looking good for Anime and Astro.
Yeah, and I like the fact that NATO Gaming did not give up. And we saw them contest. We saw them keep Mashada out. We had a listening in. NATO Gaming where it was a 100-point score lead here for Mashada. And at some point, we saw NATO Gaming after the listening in trying to catch up. And then we saw the hill reset. NATO Gaming started catching up. The score lead started getting closer. Look at that 6-piece picked up by Knock, the man absolute menace in this hard point. And honestly, I love the fighting spirit of NATO Gaming. If they keep this up, we might have a potential reverse sweep here, Kijun.
Well, I do know that NATO does have a bit of a strong point when it comes to S&D, so hopefully we can get a bit of a comeback. But your control on Crossroads, because that's the map they're going to be playing, that's going to be a bit hectic. That's a rank map right there. All the ranked warriors are going to come through on that last map if we get to see it tonight.
If we do get to see it, I like that word they used, if you do get to see it. And still, don't forget though, I gotta mention something. We saw the league phase before this team stream started, and we saw NATO Gaming and Mashada having the same number of points, right? The same number of points. And these two teams, it's not like they have that much of a skill diff or that much of a point diff. Definitely, I'm gonna comment. NATO Gaming is higher on the board than Mashada, but still, they have same number of points. Look at the stats here. Thank you so much, production. Mashada has a 50% win rate, so does NATO. Mashada has 1 win, so does NATO. Mashada is higher on the board. Actually, Mashada is lower on the board. Like I said, NATO is higher, and Mashada has more dominance. Now that's where they differ when it comes to stats. But still, there's still a good chance for a reverse sweep, speaking stats wise. But the gameplay, well, some might disagree with me there.
Well, MSH has been a team that we've seen throughout the whole of last year. They were formerly known as Ace Gamers, and now they just rebranded to MSH. But I mean, the players from NATO, you can't just disregard them, because look at Astro compared to Storm. They're keeping up head to head. These are the top players from each team, if I'm not mistaken. And look at the KD difference. So the fact that NATO is higher than MSH on the league standing, I guess it's giving them a bit of hope, because they're really not going down without a fight.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Not go down without a fight. I like that, honestly. Now, look at his stats being updated. Thank you so much, production. We see Mashada now having one there. You know, it's no longer a 2-2, it's now a 2-3 because of the hard points on takeoff, they just won. And I like the fact that we have this information, we have this data. It helps us track it helps us track the data of these teams, how well they are doing in league phase. Because don't forget, it's a league phase. It's not like a knockout phase. It's a league phase where you get to play against the 8 teams there once. Per instance, and then we get straight to the S&D where I'll finish what I'm saying later. But hey, let's get straight to the S&D as NATO Gaming and Matchlab will tie things out. Hey, hopefully we get to see. Okay, not commit suicide. The man is a vital player for the side of Matchlab, but now numbers not tied. It's a 5v3, and that's VNex taking advantage of Anime, putting him down with a Thundra. Now looking for another. It's the firing range, it's the sniper stand, Twix there, Switchblade, Fight Storm, 2v4 is where we're at.
2v4 indeed, and Liquids was trying to adopt Michael and Durox's strategy of using the PKM to wallbang on this beloved map. Now VNex in a 1v3 situation, NATO are planting for our first 6 rounds while MSH are going to be defending. I'm not sure if VNex is trying to recalculate his approach, but being in a 1v3 with a sniper and, if I'm not mistaken, a machine pistol in hand isn't impossible. You know, we've seen people clutch with a lot worse. He's trying to figure out how to approach it now, but Ray putting him down as soon as he jumps out of top 10, that is absolutely insane. He could smell him. I'm not sure how he knew he was there, but that was W clutch from the side of NATO. First round going to them, and now heading straight off into the second round.
Yeah, W clutch day. That's VNex to go for a war bank potentially. The man is not finding anyone through the smoke just yet. Maybe a little patience though on his end. PKM on Liquids, the man is trying to go for another potential war bank of his own. I like this war bank attempts, Kijo. It's firing range, the walls are weak, the infrastructure is fragile. You can easily get those war banks through. And now, oh my goodness, finds one, Anime falls. That can't be good. Numbers advantage now to Mashada.
Numbers advantage to them indeed. Before NATO were in a 4v5, but now they've managed to equalize it. But Liquid's putting 2 more of them down with his PKM, finally getting the wall bang that he was looking for. Ray and Sway now the last 2 alive against 4 players from MSH. Second round, bomb still in hand, and now both of them are pushing A side, but VNex takes out Sway, and Liquid's not even letting Ray get through the trailer door where he was looking for cover. That was brutal, the equalizing round. MSH are back in the game.
Yeah, back in the game, and I like the fact that NATO Gaming also are still showing that that contesting mindset. I like the fact that they don't just say, okay, they don't just let the hardpoint get to them. That's the spirit. You know, you guys are up there on the leaderboards. Show why we're up there in the leaderboards. I like that. Stats don't lie, but then that's 2-piece. And no, that was nasty. Switchblade fights now can storm vital kills, and now 3v3. Somehow Marshall are still tied with numbers on NATO Gaming. And I got to ask the question. I thought we saw NATO Gaming and NATO Gaming lose numbers first.
They did, but it seems like Twix managed to equalize that very quickly. Liquid's taking down Astro before Anime gets revenge on him, and VNex with a sniper kill, putting Twix in a 1v2 situation against him and Claps. The Switchblade in hand. He's already taken out 2 players this round. Can he take out another 2 and win a second round here for NATO? Managed to take out Claps over the heady. And now it's just him and VNex with that deadly sniper in hand. NATO doesn't have the bomb at this point, but it seems like Twix knows what he's doing. He's already gotten a 3-piece this round. Can he make it 4? As long as he figures out which way to push it, we can see VNex guarding that bomb with his life. He does not want to let that bomb out of his sight. But can he figure out where Twix is coming from?
You know, the funny thing is, this round right now, it's full on TDM. They haven't even picked up the bomb. It's just full on TDM. The bomb is still at the spawn point. And you can see it's just a full TDM between both of them. 1v1, Twix on the Switchblade, VNex on the Tundra. They're both talking out. Finally, he remembers that it's S&D, and he picks up the bomb and goes for the plant. Finally, Twix, you are not just playing TDM, you are now playing OBJ. Bomb planted and signal given already to VNex. The man already knows where he is. He's going to approach very carefully, and Twix, he doesn't want a ninja defuse on his watch. He's going to wait for the man to perhaps make a move and twist the iron decision. Phoenix starts the hit, and the third round wins it out, and now goes for the defuse, and the round will go to Mashada.
I love the bit of violence and body shooting that we saw there. Like Cal always says, I'm a huge fan of violence, but second round to mash harder. Phoenix was obviously better with regards to peeking that corner with the sniper in hand, as we could see. But yeah, second round going to them. We're into the fourth round now. NATO are still planting, and it seems like they're going for an A push here. We have one player holding down Woodside and not perched up right by Tower. He's not going to let anyone past him. Liquid switching from the PKM to a VMP. Not sure how many wall bangs you can get with that, but Ray taking down the first blood has sent Claps into the next round already. 4v4 here. Twix has already been put down as well, while Phoenix takes care of a guy before he gets to make another kill. Astro dropping as well. Anime dropping as well. Oh my goodness, Sway now in a 1v4 situation. I'm not sure he's been in a clutch situation before in this game, but he only manages to get Storm out before they send him to the next round as well. And 3 back-to-back rounds here for MSH.
Yeah, 3 back rounds, and well, NATO Gaming, we gotta do something about this, man. If you want to actually pull on a reverse sweep, it's gonna start now. It's now or never. As now we get straight to the 5th round here, that's XM4 or Sweet. The man is just perhaps just spraying and praying through the smoke, up for a wall bank. They're just holding positions down. Maybe a little bit shy. Bomb picked up though. Not yet planted. That's Nako. What the heck was that bait and switch? Class finds Sway. And so far, 4v5. Oh, good 4v3. Oh, numbers are falling so fast. I can't even count properly. Twix finds Claps. And now 3v3. Bomb is still not planted by Twix. But then numbers are tied.
Well, Jay seems to have made quick work of that. Takes down Liquids before he can get another kill on the board. Phoenix and Storm now the only 2 alive here on the side of MSH against 3 players from NATO who seem to be making a switch to B side. They haven't planted the bomb yet, but Storm right behind them managed to take out one. Ray coming in from the back to try and get the kill, but can't confirm it. And finally gets it with the machine pistol. Now putting Phoenix in a 1v2 situation. Not an impossible situation to be in. We have seen him clutch things like this before, but with the Tundra in hand, you might want to be careful of where you're planting the bomb on B side. Twix and Ray, the last 2 alive, they're very carefully trying to sneak up on B, and Ray with the headshot. That was a one-shot headshot off a heady with the Type 63. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I love the fact that NATO Gaming are at least starting to fight back. I want to believe this is the fight back. I want to believe that. And Phoenix done right. I find someone to see the man slide through, but oh my goodness, reaction time. Oh, doesn't wait for another chance. A man will fight anywhere, and now 5v4 will be the numbers count here, and Marshall with the numbers advantage.
Numbers advantage indeed, as they always seem to be in the advantage up until, I was going to say Ray comes through with Type 63, but Phoenix is like, shut up, Kijo, and he puts him down to send him to the next round. 3v4 situation here as Phoenix makes quick work of Astro as well, making it 2v4 and bringing down the numbers for NATO Gaming even further. Sway not looking good on health there as he tries to run to his teammate for backup, but Storm gets taken down by Twix. Liquids with the revenge and Collapse, finishing the round off with Sway. Absolute incredible end to the 6th round, heading into the 7th round now, and it seems like MSH are planting.
Defend the objectives. The enemy has the bomb.
Yeah, sorry, I got spaced out a little bit there, but still, hey, numbers are tied. And, okay, XM4 weapon hand Sway. That's Cloud picking up Twix. I think it's like the 3rd round that Twix was picked up as the first blood. I can see Nat now going for a plant. No time wasted. Master lose 2, and that's 2 as well. Anime and Phoenix falls to a wall bang. Oh, those wall bangs. 3v3. Numbers are now tied once again, and now Astro, Thundra, weapon in hand. The man is looking for a chance here. He sees the man, but no! Gets beaten to it, and that's another drop. Then what the hell? Right balls as well. Now 3v1. That's one member left. Sway, the last man standing. Finds Storm to find the ball. Yes, he does. XM4. One says no, you don't. For a triple, we'll put him down, and Machada are on their match points round potentially.
5-2 in favor of MSH. Guys, if this was your score prediction in the chat that NATO Gaming does not get any more rounds, just wait to be proven wrong. I don't think NATO Gaming is done just yet. I'm smelling a comeback. Hopefully I'm not jinxing it here. We got Ray on the B-bomb heady. The entire of MSH pushing towards him. He finds one in Liquids, finds a second in Knocked, and now there's 3 more players left. Finds a third in Storm before Phoenix puts him down. Oh, completely denying him of that ace. Bomb has dropped on B side 2v2, and the numbers have equalized. Can Astro and Twix finish off what Ray has started?
Finish up what Ray has done, he did, but still, it's a 2v2. Numbers are still tight here. If you're NATO Gaming, you want to take this round for yourself. You want to get up there. You don't want to give this to Machada. This is where you need to start your potential reverse. Astro's got to be careful where he threw that nade. But still, yeah, safe. The man is going to throw it out. They're now 2v2. Phoenix looking for a chance here. Potential wall bank. Does it fight it? But no, second chance will do it as Astro falls. And now Phoenix looking for that final member. Twix last man standing. The bomb being planted by Claps. It's now Twix once again. Finished the mission. Carl would say nightmare words for the man. And now Twix, switchblade weapon in hand, they sees the man in distance, doesn't take him down though, and now Claps, they might want to flank him, they might want to box him in, but then, yep, the back shot from Claps will do the trick, and Machada, and now, well, 1 round away from ending the whole thing.
Match point indeed for MSH here, and NATO Gaming did not manage to finish off that round, even though they had a numbers advantage in the beginning, so things are not looking good here. But hey, on the bright side, if you have Ray on your fantasy team for this tournament, he is performing extremely well in today's S&D match. Twix managing to start things off here, and okay, numbers have already dropped. It was equal for a second. Now we're in a 2v3, 2v2. And I've just blinked. Ray is still alive, managed to take out Liquids, Phoenix, and Storm, last 2 standing from MSH side, while Phoenix gets put down. Ray is freaking unstoppable today. 11 kills already, and he is absolutely carrying his teammates here. Sway trying to provide him with some backup. Not sure if they know where Storm is hiding, but he is definitely trying to cover one side of trailer here. Ray coming through with the deadly head glitches. They're closing in on him slowly but surely from both sides. Can they manage to do some sort of bait and switch? But that's not necessary. Ray got this in the bag, guys. 3rd round for NATO.
3rd round they did. But then how much more can they delay? Machada are just 1 round away from ending the whole series 2-0 in their favor. And NATO Gaming is going to have to hold for 4 rounds and make Machada choke on the whole thing and force out that control. But hey, let's see how it goes. Fingers crossed for them. That's right now, Natron. And now Swix will be the one to fall first. Again, that's 5v4. No switchblade for NATO anymore. But now, from the grenade thrown, doesn't find a value. We can go right. Since the man gets taken out, Liquids gets the kill first, and now shooting on the ground. I get that, but still, Liquids should find enough value through the distance. Now Phoenix falls, Anime falls. That's a 3v2 back and forth between these both teams, and Astro will fall. That's not good for NATO Gaming. 1 member, okay, Sway, XM4, finds Claps, bomb planted, it's a 1v2. He might be able to clutch it. We saw him take down 2 with the XM4 before he got put down. But now, can he do it again? Can he make it work this time? They are prone, he knows. He knows he might run into one. Storm just waiting in line, waiting for a potential person. Back, so we gotta check it. But Storm, oh, says no, you don't. Find Sway, and that's Machada taking the series 2-0.
Absolutely insane. Oh my god, I was hoping for that comeback. I shouldn't have Kijo cursed it so early on in the game, but I mean, NATO got 3 rounds. That entire game, NATO was relying on Ray and his Type 63 of all guns, where he was giving MSH a run for their money, but evidently MSH win again. I should sound happy about this, you know, they're a South African team. But I was really hoping for more of a challenge from NATO's side. I'm slightly disappointed.
Yeah, I was also hoping for the challenge on their side as well because hey, if you think about it, they are the ones on the leaderboard. They are the ones there. They are number 3. Master is number 5. But hey, sometimes no stats and actual gameplay sometimes can differ, and that's exactly what we saw here. 2-0 in favor of Mashada. I gotta commend these guys really. At some point, it was starting to look like Nito Gaming. They had their moments of contest. They had their moments where he was trying to get convincing that they would take it, but Mashada said, "No, you don't. You won't make us choke today." As now we look at the stats here, 161 impact on Phoenix, 11 bomb on the man, and on the other side, Brian having more bomb than anyone in the lobby, 12, 161 impact, tied with Phoenix on the other side. You can tell he really wanted to win the S&D.
Definitely. And his teammates did not exactly do a good job of backing him up with that. We can see Astro with only 1 kill. Guys, what happened to Astro? Please check up on him. Anime had 6, Sway had 6 as well, and Twix, the only player keeping up with Ray, but not even that closely behind, with 8 kills in the bag.
And I can just look at the charts right now. I can see ASG CODM saying there's a DQ from Mashhad on the S&D for liquid over Clockwork on PKM. My goodness, that cannot be good. I guess we're gonna be seeing a control in this situation then. I guess we're gonna be seeing a control in this situation because now it's now 1-1, and now they are forced out that battery. So win DQ, Kijo.
Well, okay. When we switch to cam, you'll see how happy I am. But it's not the fact that MSH got a DQ. That's honestly, at this late in the tournament, you should not be making mistakes like that. But we get to see a control game, and NATO Gaming still have the opportunity to, hopefully, that was sort of a reverse sweep there. Because if MSH have the DQ, that means that NATO won the SND.
Yep.
So reverse sweep in motion, hopefully, maybe, I don't know.
I want to rephrase that. I want to say situations, right? Because there are rules, there are things that keep the tournament fair, right? So these are one of the rules that Mashada somehow did not keep up with, and now it had a consequence on them. They lost the S&D. But gameplay wise, I think it's kind of convincing how the country is going to turn out. But hey, I want to see what NATO Game is doing. This is a second chance for them, right? This is a second chance the DQ has provided for them. So hopefully they maximize it, Kijo.
Well, the COD gods are definitely looking down on NATO and giving them the well-deserved opportunity that they need. I know it is a respawn game. We saw them struggle quite a lot in the first respawn game with regards to Hardpoint, but they were making a very slow but sure comeback in the SND. So yeah, again, huge shout out to Liquids for this attempt at multiple wall bangs with his PKM that cost him and his team the DQ. But yeah, we're gonna head into control once the teams are set. So in the meantime, please make sure that you guys vote for which team you think is gonna win the control, and what do we think our predictions are gonna be?
Well, to be fair, I am looking at the polls right now. Actually, I can't see the polls anymore. Yeah. Thank you so much, production. Yeah. Personally, my prediction right now is I wanna say a 3-2 in favor of Mashada. I want to believe that NATO Gaming are gonna go all out in the control. Seeing it's their last chance, right? Seeing it's their last chance to take the series and end it 2-1. Mind you, the way the league phase work, right? Even if this ends as 2-1, NATO Gaming will still get points. NATO Gaming will still get points. And if it's so, yeah, they're not exactly without points anyway. Because if it were to end 2-0, NATO Gaming will not get any points, and Mashada will get 2 points. So now it's a 2-1 because now NATO Gaming has the S&D. Potentially, I don't know who the 2-1 is gonna be in favor of, right? We haven't played the control yet, but we know how that's gonna go. But personally, I want to see a 3-2 in favor of Mashada. How about you?
I'm gonna say the other way around. I want to say 3-2 in favor of NATO Gaming. I believe they can make a comeback. I mean, come on, look at how far they've come in this tournament with all the pressure of you know, the teams with much bigger names, much bigger exposure, and things like that. Some might say, I heard a lot of chatter going around, I won't say from where, but NATO is technically the only high T2 team in a tournament full of T1s. Yo, that is a crazy sentence to try and say very quickly. But yeah, they're referring to NATO as like bottom of the barrel, and like, you know, they didn't deserve to be here. But look at how far they've come. Look at the performance that they're putting up for our entertainment. And I don't know, I feel like they deserve to be here. They deserve a shot just like everyone else.
Yeah, I just saw the comments now, and I can see Carl comments and he's saying, excuse me guys, what's that? Yeah, I can see Carl's comments now, and Carl is saying, when script. You know, as much as I want to laugh so much at that, I'm not even finding it straight to laugh right now, because Carl is just so funny. Honestly, I don't know what is he doing in the comments, Carl. What are you doing in the comments? What are you saying there, man? But still, hey, yeah, I do hope NATO maximize this. This is a good chance for them. I mean, yeah, it's not the way you'd expect them to do it. No one wants to win through the help of a TQ, right? Everyone wants to win fair and square through gameplay, through outplays, through clutches, and all those things that can make up for TikTok highlights on ASG, YT, ASG, TikTok. You know, everyone wants to be there. Come on, everyone wants to get hyped. But still, hey, situation is the situation. Over Clockwork, ASG refs had to see that through and had to put a regulation on it and say, hey, look, no, we're gonna put a DQ on that. And we get to see that control. NATO Gaming, if you're NATO Gaming, well, this is a good chance. End it now. Don't even wait for anything. End it now.
That's true. I know we're only on day 3, but the performance that we've seen from NATO so far, the fact that they can keep up with teams like they versed Paradox on day 2, and the fact that they're versing MSH now, like these are already such big teams in Africa, and NATO Gaming was just revived, like, you know, before this tournament started. So they have to make a name for themselves, and they're keeping up with a lot of these T1 teams out there. So I'm very proud of them, regardless of the situation. I'm very proud of how far the team has gone.
Yeah, honestly, he did say they are the T2 team in the midst of T1 teams. So you can tell that it can't be that easy to be in that kind of situation there, where you're not even playing against. I can see some comments. Someone is saying, I think maybe T2 high. And wait, though, are they all T1 players? That's Junior Miney asking. Well, hey, the game has started, and as much as I'd love to answer you, we can see the numbers, the life count being uneven as fast as they started, and Mashada with the lead here. But so far, they tie things out again. You can see NATO Gaming fighting back.
Lives were definitely close indeed until I opened my mouth and started tossing. 25 for 25, and NATO Gaming are going to be capturing in this first round. MSH are going to be defending. Not a single tick has been captured yet, so MSH are doing something right by not letting NATO players anywhere near either of the flags. We see a little bit of yellow popping up on B flag, but just as quickly gets cleaned up. We saw Anime trying to go in there for a little spawn trap, so hopefully he gets the necessary kills needed to sway things in NATO Gaming's favor.
Yeah, I gotta commend these guys. We can see that NATO Gaming are really fighting hard, taking their last chance very, very seriously. But then Mashada, they gotta commend them for that defense on the A flag as well. They are really trying to hold out on that first tick on the A flag, but now it looks like our first tick might be locked in soon. 15, 16. The life counts are pretty close. That's a 2-piece picked up. Actually, not a 2-piece. Astro and Spade picking up 1 each. 13, 16. NATO Gaming now with the life count advantage. 1 tick locked in on the B flag, and a 2 tick locked in on the B flag. Things are looking pretty good for NATO Gaming. They've got ticks, they've got life advantage. Hey, let's see how this goes.
Seeing how it goes indeed, and now we're seeing the first flag being captured, which was B side. MSH now at a life disadvantage. NATO on 11, MSH on 8. Storm coming through with the 3-piece with his Type 63 in hand as VNex drops as well. Knock taking down Anime for killing his brother right in front of his eyes. Ray coming through with his BMP in hand. Numbered lives are 6 and 9 right now. A flag not captured at all, but there's more than enough time on the clock, and VNex takes down Ray from above. No more respawns left for MSH. NATO Gaming with 7 lives on the clock, 2 lives left for MSH, and I'm pretty sure this is first round going to NATO. Knock with a double kill with his nade there, and he's the only one standing trying to get a Mike Tyson punch on Sway.
yet.
but first round going to NATO, I did not expect things to go that way.
I'm clapping. You can hear my hands. And NATO Gaming really taking this opportunity very seriously. But then hey, we did say 32. My predictions was that we're still seeing NATO Gaming do numbers. That's two is picked up by Ride with EMP 27-28. Live counts now tied. NATO Gaming are starting to do a great job with the defense. But how much more, much harder can they hold out for this?
They seem to be equalizing again and again. Lives are 26 for 26. MSH are capturing on the B side where one tick has already been scored for them. So they're clearly prioritizing OBJ a lot more. Or maybe NATO is just, putting up the illusion that they can let them capture at least one tick. Not coming through, it manages to take down Anime before he gets anywhere closer, and B flag continuing to get captured by the side of MSH.
Yeah. Now the numbers here in favor. Of course, live counts now in favor of Master. That 2 tick locked in on the B flag. That's right, taking up now. And that's one Astro finds another. Spray finds his. Sway gets traded out there. Keanu puts him down. And now 17. The B flag now lost. Annihilator weapon in hand there. That's Astro. That's one that picked up. B-Next falls. But so far, Astro comes out with the claw rather. Commend these guys, man. Master, we saw them start out with the life count advantage. They lost it at some point. Now they have it again. NATO Gaming are losing a lot of lives. 11-8. And they're trying to best defend that A flag as much as they can. 11-7. And at this point, there's no capture. It's just full on TDM, Kiju.
Full on TDM indeed. We can see now that they've captured the B flag, MSH are not just focusing on kills because they've added enough time to the clock. No more respawns left here for NATO Gaming side. 6-4, and now they're trying to capture A flag here. No more respawns for MSH side either. This is still anyone's game, still very easy to come back from. And we can see Astro still in its way with his death machine waiting for someone to cross his path. More than 1 minute left on the clock. 4v3, and people are being very respectful here on both sides. It doesn't seem like they want to interact with each other.
Yeah, doesn't seem like that, but now it's a 4v3. Of course, they're trying to make sure they keep it in the favor. Now 3v3 somehow. NATO Gaming are trying to find their way from this. Now, of course, vital kill, no more respawns for both teams. Now it's going to be careful with every single engagement, every single trick amid survival. That's not going to be matched out somehow, losing numbers despite having the advantage. And NATO Gaming is a 2v1. Keanu comes up with 10% shot darts in hand. And so far, we're looking at a 2v1. They have numbers of they might push the man, but then you know what? Pushing up prayer skill somehow. NATO Gaming. They take the round, and 2-0 is where we stand.
Oh my goodness. I'm smiling from ear to ear right now. I thought that was it. Keanu with the Tempest in hand. That dude is deadly with that specific operator skill. And Sway taking him out from the back. Absolutely insane. But heading into the third round now, it's possible match point here. Neither Black or I predicted that this was going to be the score. But hey, maybe MSH are getting the wake up that they deserve. Storm with the death machine in hand before he gets taken down by Ray, who has suddenly switched to the USS 9 now. And life count in favor of NATO. Am I seeing that right?
Yeah, I'm also curious there as well. Life count in favor of NATO, yeah. And now it's tied, and of course, now Killfit looking really good for Machida as they try to take out what's left of NATO Gaming's lives. 22-22 is still tied though. But now, things are starting to look good. Now 22-20, 22-19, through the smoke, numbers dropped. And you can tell Machida is starting to lock in. They know this could potentially be the last round of control. And that cannot be good. Now comes out with that Sparrow, the green arrow, to take things into control. 18-16, the lives are there. One flag, not even taken. That's a 2-piece picked up with the times 3 by Storm. 18, 17, 13. No single flag, no single take. That's a good defense by Machida.
A good defense by them indeed. It's definitely easier to keep your life count when you're on the defending side, but Knock coming through and putting down 3 people with his BMP in hand, sending NATO's lives into the single digits here. 12 for 8, 12 for 6. Okay, my bad. I'll just stop counting at this point in time. Not a single flag captured here. So NATO Gaming are going to have to start playing OBJ if this doesn't turn into a complete manslaughter here. 3v9 now. And it seems like MSH have just secured their first round. Are we smelling a comeback?
Maybe a comeback. Then it's 8-4. Yeah, that's the round already taken. And yeah, I'm gonna mention the defense by Mazda in that round. Kiju, we're gonna commend them. They kept NATO Gaming out of their flags. Didn't even see a single flag taken. That is impressive. And of course, because it was potentially the final round of the clock comes out so wreaking havoc and says, no, you cannot delay us from this victory. You cannot make us choke. Claps down, BNP weapon hand takes 2 down. Astro with a claw. That's 26-27 in favor of NATO Gaming. Black counts there and defending their flag and showing that they can defend too. But Storm and Phoenix fights and 2 with the XM4. Trying to fight 3. But 24-24 is where we start.
Numbers are looking equal again, as they always do at the starting of each round. Storm getting a 2-piece of his own. And can we just take a minute to commend Astro with the highest kills in the lobby, the same amount as Storm, well, technically a 1 kill difference. But those two are carrying their teams right now. Keanu wanting a bit of fame for himself, quick 2-piece there on Rai, and his teammate lives are neck and neck again. Twix coming through like charisma with those equalizers and just blazing through every single MSH player in sight, trying to push right onto the B flag, which is completely almost captured for MSH, and Nature didn't do a good job with defending that flag.
Yeah, I gotta comment though, because right now the B flag is almost gone. Trinity already locked in, almost 3, and now Phoenix with War Machine shooting right into it, and numbers are pulling back and forth. They lose the B flag, and now Phoenix starts with the man there taking 2 down with the War Machine. And runs out, sees Anime in the distance, sees the man backshot comes through, he takes him down, and Phoenix XM4 and find a double, but who gets shot down by Astro. Now 10-11. That's Massive are still fighting to stay in control of the game and of the mood. Yeah, pun intended there. But still, numbers there 10-8 in favor of Matsuda. 9-7, 9-6. No more response. But NATO Gaming Storm comes up with a death machine to wreak as much havoc as he can. Storm Anime comes up with the Annihilator. Wants to put Mashala as well in no more response zone. But Anime is making it work. He's making it happen with that Annihilator. Right, fights for now. No more response for both team. Can NATO Gaming choke the whole thing? Or can Mashala fight the way back in? But NATO Gaming 2 more left. Somehow the drone kills. Oh my goodness, that's gonna make it 1. That's gonna make it 1. But no, that does not. 5v2. NATO Gaming are this close to taking the series. This close. 2 members there. 2 members standing their way. Not at class. And now the qualifier comes in. Class will lose. And Anime fight them now to 5v1. And now that's 1v4. Knock finds right. If anyone can pull this clutch, it's gotta be him. It's gotta be him who makes it work. And now the man is there. He knows they've seen him. He knows they know where he is. And he sees for he might go break. He might go break. No, he does not. The man will hold out. And now the back shot's coming through, but the man is somehow able to walk out of that. 20 seconds, make that 19, 18 times is against him. And he sees the man takes him down up for 40. Get a double. What the hell? No. What is he doing? No time on that flag. The man has to step in. 7 more seconds. He steps in. He buys himself time. He takes it down. It's a 1-1. Not might make it work. He might make the clutch. Oh my God.
Lost that round.
That was disgustingly close.
Oh my God. I'm literally sitting at the edge of my chair here, because what was that almost 1v5? Are you kidding me? The one person standing between NATO and winning that round quicker was Knock, and they almost fumbled it.
We almost choked the whole thing. That was so close. We nearly saw a 2-2 round on control, and I don't even know. I was mind blown. Knock. One person able to take out 3, and somehow he knew he did not have time. He was able to take out enough numbers that allowed him to stand on that control and stand on that flag. So to buy time for himself. And man, my goodness, I gotta commend this guy, man. Knock, you're an absolute beast on your own, man.
the unstoppable force that he is. And quick moment to pay respects to Sway, who disconnected and left his teammates to die in the middle of that round. Seems like they still bagged the win anyway. So congratulations to NATO, proving once and for all why they're third place on the league standing and above MSH. That is, I'm still in shock. I'm speechless. Like, I'm so proud of them, but like, what?
Honestly, what? That's it. That's the one to say, because I am also flabbergasted like you, because Jesus, now you are scary, my man. But now I'm sure the man would be impressive. Honestly, the man is an impressive player. I gotta give props to the man. But still, hey, it was an amazing game. NATO Gaming, well, congrats, you guys. Will be the ones we are congratulating here instead of Mashara, and it all thanks to that DQ that started out at the SND. But still, you can tell they really leveraged on that, Kiju.
That, you know what, I hope they take that same momentum and ride this high. This is an incredible win. The fact that you beat supposedly the best team in South Africa, you know, up until this tournament started. The fact that they beat them and beat all the people who had negative things to say, you know what, congrats to them. I hope they are very proud of themselves. I know I'm very proud of them. But yeah, take that same energy and momentum and bring it on day 4, because we're still watching.
We're still watching, indeed. Well, Matida now done and dusted for NATO Gaming. They're not going to run into them again in the league phase. So, hey, record set in stone for NATO Gaming, but still, comments to Mashada. They did make an impressive play as well. They are not to be overlooked. And hey, if it wasn't for that DQ, we would be singing Mashada songs right now. But still, what happened, and we have to move on from that. Look at the highlights of the control here. We saw our NATO Gaming. Look at that final moment when Nak just absolutely soloed 4, and for that last person, it just wasn't there, Kijo. It just wasn't there.
Well, they definitely did manage to raise everyone's blood pressure with the over 100 people that are in chat, but definitely put up a good performance. And yeah, but there's always next time, guys. It's not single elimination. It's a round robin style tournament for now, so they can always come back versus another team and do better next time.
Yeah, do better next time, indeed.
Someone in chat said losing to NATO is the equivalent of Man City losing to Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs is one of South Africa's national football team, provincial football teams. So clearly you can see the difference between T1 and high T2. There's a huge difference, as you've seen in the Hardpoint and the SND, but I told you guys, NATO isn't a force to be reckoned with.
Yep, they are forced to be reckoned with. He did say it, and of course that's an amazing gameplay we saw. Hardpoint take off from Mashada. NATO Gaming taking the remaining 2 maps. We get to see the control map you always love to see there. Of course, win Kijo, win control. Win NATO Gaming for showing Kijo the control she always love to see. But still, that game was an absolutely riveting one to watch.
And that was only our first game for the night. Like, that was just game 1, guys. There's still 3 more games. You're telling me that these other 3 games are going to entertain us more than the absolute cinema that we just watched? I can't. What else am I supposed to expect?
What else are we supposed to expect? Well, we'll get to see what we are expecting. But before that, we need to go on a short break, guys. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be intermission. And when we come back, to be our next game. And yeah, with that being said, get whatever you're into. I'll be right back, guys. Cheers.
All right, welcome back, guys, from the absolute cinema that we just watched. We're still waiting in chat for the moderators to confirm the actual winners of the last game, no matter how entertaining it was. But heading on to our next match, we've got quite a lineup for the rest of the games tonight. We have Cyclone versus Trinity 9-11 coming up next.
Well, it's number one on the board. This is the well, I wanna believe in Trinity. Okay, I wanna believe in Trinity because I mean it's number one versus number 6, and if there's anything we know about facts and data, is that data don't lie. 4 maps won, none dropped. 2 series win, none dropped. 6 points up there. And Trinity on the other side, 2 points. There's a series won and there's a series lost, and there's more losses in the map than the wins. And I think Kichu, I think that enough says it all.
Well, as a data analyst myself, the numbers definitely don't lie. But considering the maps that we have lined up for tonight, Hardpoint takeoff once again, Search and Destroy Tunisia, and Standoff Control. Oh, please let us see a control game tonight. We're definitely in for some very, very close calls, hopefully, considering the fact that, as we saw from the recent transfer news before day 2 started, Muji and Dean, former Cyclone gaming players, have now shifted to Trinity 9-11. So they're going head-to-head with their former teammates, and we're getting right into the Hardpoint game.
Well, data don't lie, but still, the gameplay might differ as we see Trinity started out here in their favor for Cyclone. Arnold Slouch quick to pick things up from P1, Daniello and Insights, no time wasted. They take the lead away from Trinity, and that Cyclone esports just doing numbers now. Muji, that's XM4, picking up 2, almost 3, unofficial attacks, but that's Trinity trying to go get back up. They take back the hill and tie things up again, taking back that lead from Cyclone esports. And despite the fact what data showed, what the hell, Muji almost got a double but get picked up immediately. That's Daniello. 2 piece found, almost 3, but Instinct gets a 2 piece of his own. Back and forth, Trinity still has the lead.
Have the lead for now. We enter scrap time here, where Trinity were trying to hold it down, but now Cyclone have regained control over that P1 side as we switch over to rotations to P2. Instinct trying to go for a 3-piece there before Nandi puts him down, the SMG warrior that he is, pushing right into P2 with his teammates right behind him. We're going to see a quick little rotation here from his side as he tries to pick off Trinity from the back, gets taken down by none other than Dean himself, his former teammates. As we saw from the transfer news, Trinity now tied in their score for OBJ with Cyclone as they take a very small lead. So this is definitely a close game.
Jesus Christ, Jesus, Nandi. What the heck was that, man? BMP. And I gotta ask the man, what the heck was that, rather? As we will see, Instinct now comes out. That's Daniello, 2 piece picked up with the XM4. And just quick numbers. Cyclone esports. This is not the score line I'd expect, but still, it is what is happening right here, live on stream. 41-25, Trinity esports now have the lead. And now the scrap time taken by Cyclone esports. Instinct takes Insight. And Michael and Muji will fall as well. Cyclone playing for scrap 3 seconds on that timer. Lexi will be where they will rotate to Trinity already there fast. Smoke Stone trying to block the site. And now Trinity, the score lead is there, but it's not far away.
Not far away indeed. That gap is ever so getting closer and closer. Logan was coming through with his death machine, but he gets put down. Dean getting a 2-piece with his Sparrow behind the scene, and Muji spraying blanks. I'm not sure who he was intending to kill there with his death machine. Instinct breaking into points now to gain control for the side of Trinity. Vpex with his Tempest in hand manages to find one and tasing another in place. Nandi coming through with equalizers, gets put down by Instinct with the XM4. Inside with the Sparrow in point. All the operators are out here, and we're only on P3, guys. Trinity still have the lead, 65 for 43 in their favor, and they're definitely holding it down. It doesn't seem like Cyclone managing to break into points and hold it down in their favor.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. At least that's Muji 4-piece with XM4, 71-47. Trinity at the fine statistics and data and holding this lead. And now Cyclone Esports not able to find it. Putting no single map drop, no single series drop, flawless win all through, no one on the board. But right now the gameplay space saying otherwise. They'll take it by Cyclone Esports. They will say Black Panther not so fast. Chill, let us show you why we're on top. That's Michael there. So the two numbers for Trinity Esports. Soup is picked up with the equalizer. And now Dean wants to pick up where Michael left off. 77-61. The hill is there. Soup is picked up by Dean. Sparrow now, weapon in hand, takes one through the smoke. That's a double. Make that 3. Since he fights a 2-piece of his own, non-divides Dean. 83-64. Back and forth. The one. But Trinity are still holding on to that.
Indeed, they're still holding on to that lead, and it doesn't seem like Cyclone are catching up very quickly. Maybe they're trying to tire Trinity out and, you know, give the illusion that they are winning for now and then be the underdogs that they are. Simply trying to contest point there, heading into scrap time, but does not manage to secure the point down. And now Dean coming through to hold on for this last few seconds of scrap time as we head over back onto P1. Rotations will be reset. And Trinity is still below 100, 96 points on the clock for them. Cyclone on 69. So the game can still go either way.
Yeah, the game can still go either way. I mean, it's a 31 score difference here. And we are seeing Trinity Esports above that 100-point mark. Non-defined retro gets straight out immediately. Actually, not retro, but that Dean. It gets straight out immediately. Michael finds inside. And we are seeing Muji on a 21 score and Instinct on 26 kills. My goodness, Trinity are doing numbers. Meanwhile, on the other side, Danny freaking Nello on 22 and tied out, of course, with Nondi as well on that BMP. I gotta ask the question: Instinct here with the blow finds 3, but making 4. Instinct doing numbers here at 121, 76. They are above the 100-point mark, and that is sitting comfortably at the score difference is almost double the number for Trinity.
There's a 50-second lead right now as we head over onto P2. We see Muji finally got put down from the streak that I think he was only keeping track of. Simply a 2-piece there with the claw in hand. Make that a 3-piece as well. We saw a Sparrow get put down. No kills confirmed from that side. Simply trying to get into point, and Cyclone Gaming have managed to lock down P2, but how long can they hold it down for Dean taking down Simply with the Sparrow in hand? Smoke is thrown, point is contested, and Trinity are fighting for their way into P2, but VPEX coming through and taking down Logan and Nandi before they could step into P2 as well. Michael with his equalizers now making sure his teammates have secured that hard point and increased their OBJ time. 142 for 91, still in favor of Trinity. Are we going to see Cyclone drop their first map of the tournament?
We're going to get straight into, before I answer that question, KJ, we're going to get straight into a listening in for Trinity Esports and see how it feels to really give them a rough time.
It's all good, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. Rotate.
One blue side, double. Top blue, top blue. Blue and Chinese.
Blue, blue, blue. One top blue.
Top. One engine. Top red, down. A smooth red.
One more.
Race still there.
Drop there.
1v1.
There's two points.
Drop there, 2 points, low, 2 points, there's 3 points, death machine
I
points.
killed one, there is 2. Death
Death
machine.
machine coming. Push medic, he push medic.
I'm medic.
4 points.
Behind us, death machine.
Medic got me.
DM dead. Secret dead.
Nice.
ATM. One more ATM.
One red.
In point. Slow point.
I got medic first.
Nice.
Medic.
Nice,
Two
insane.
medic. Low. 2 medic.
Medic. 2, one top.
Nice.
Yo, top, one top.
Top. Another point.
They're going you.
I got gun.
Fine. We have a lead. Fuck.
P1.
Dead. I'm in point. I'm in time.
I'm bottom P2.
One shot time. Nice campus.
Yo, top.
One got Tempest.
I'm turning.
Going in.
Screw that. Screw that. Doubles. Watch my doubles.
One
I
yellow,
got
one
doubles
yellow.
for you.
Two yellow, two yellow, two yellow. Mm-hmm.
Double stairs, double
Think
stairs,
of
double
tempest.
stairs, double stairs.
I got doubles. I got doubles. Two doubles. One double. Dead. One more double.
One double.
Focus time. Focus
Two
time.
red,
focus time.
Nice, another one.
Got me
Focus
another
time,
another
focus time.
one.
One more
Double,
double.
double.
Yo, one is point low, point low. He's going top, he's going top.
That was intense. The boys of Trinity really coordinated themselves here, making sure everything is in accordance for them to secure the hard points for themselves and potentially take down Cyclone of flawless records in series in maps. But now let's see them do it. They get closer to that 200 map, but Cyclone takes back the hill. That's naughty there. What the hell? Doing numbers there. And so far, 199, 136. The scrap time ends and rotations onto the next hill. That's gonna still be Cyclone Kijo. This guy seems to have locked in and wants to take things back into control.
They finally gotten the wake-up call that they need. They do not want to drop their first map this early on in the tournament. They still have the names of hold for themselves, but Nandi coming through with a two-piece of a Predator missile, absolutely flying his way through the Trinity team. Their smoke is being thrown over P1. Nobody can see what's happening, but the kill feed looking blue in favor of Trinity, while the Hardpoint speaks a different story. We can see that Trinity have now crossed that 200 points mark. Cyclone just over 150, so they still need 100 points to win as Michael comes through to contest point with his equalizers in hand, getting a 3-piece through the smoke, trying to find a fourth, but he gets put down by Logan, who pushes into point here, point contested, heading into scrap time, and both these teams are still fighting for that P1. I don't see any rotations being made for P2.
They are both the 200-point mark, that's for sure, Kijo. And the scrap time ends, and now rotations, and once again, will matter as the boys of Cyclone Esports will try to get there first, but nope, Trinity will beat them to it. They opens up in 1 second. Nandi finds the 2-piece early. That side, Muji will fall as well. Logan brings out the death machine, and now the roll machine on Daniel is up for the skill, but Trinity Esports will lose that hill of Cyclone Esports as they close it now on the lead they've got. Logan comes out, deals damage with that machine, fights 3, keeps them away from the hill at Trinity. They are trying to make sure they break in and prevent Cyclone Esports from doing what they fear would happen, but it comes up, that's final fights to Nandi falls back and fights against the pause, and back end for Trinity are getting even closer. They find their way to break into that hill.
25 seconds left for Trinity in order to bag the win for the Hardpoint. Cyclone Gaming still needs 70. Sumsy trying to break into point here, gets the 2-piece with his nade, but unfortunately that was not enough. He gets put down, entering scrap time here, and it seems like Cyclone have the hold on it. Michael also gets put down by Nandi, sending him right back to respawns. Seems like we're pushing over onto P3 side now. Trinity on 228. Cyclone closing in on 200. This is still an extremely close game, and Cyclone are not going down without a fight. Kill feed looking glued. Dean coming in with the 3-piece. Make that a 4-piece. Nandi with their 2-piece for himself. Everyone's hungry for their own amount of kills here. Instinct with 2. Nandi on 4 right now as he gets put down by Michael. A point in favor of Cyclone Gaming before Trinity breaking in. Muji trying to hold it down from top control. 233 and Cyclone on 199.
Yep, 199, they're very close up, but there's Cyclone. You're gonna do more than that. They are above the 200-point mark themselves. The Halo picks up the 2-piece. You can tell the Cyclone are still fighting hard as they can. Yeah, that's 35 score difference now. Trinity Esports, 9 more left. Dealing the Sparrow comes in, reaches out for 5-3, and now Daniel puts it down. They have tried their best to tap the school score from late at 30. They are closing in. The Halo taken by Trinity back again, 8 more points left, and Michael comes in with a PMP, takes 2 out, takes 3 out, takes 4 out. What the heck? Run! Everyone in the hill, takes 5 out, takes 6 out. Michael, 2. Who tried to do more? Now the Fred finds 1. Trinity, 4 more points there. Cyclone doing everything they can to get them out, everything they can to hold out. Trinity are fighting for everything here to break their record. The Cyclone are defending with everything they have, but the record has been broken by Trinity.
That I'm absolutely speechless. What did I just witness? Michael, the man that you are an unstoppable 6-piece, and a Predator missile to follow, bagging the win for Trinity and causing Cyclone Gaming to drop their first match in the African Pro Series, 250 to 222. It was definitely a close game, but I mean, it seems that the loss of Muji and Dean really showing their effect on Cyclone Gaming.
Yeah, the loss of Muji and Dean indeed. But then I gotta commend this guy. What the heck, man? The guy just came in, cleared everybody, and just entered and just came with violence. That is impressive. I gotta commend him. And that was insane. I can see a lot of comments here glazing the guy on the comments. But hey, back to the start here. We are seeing 165 on Nundi, of course, with the maximum impact there, and Instinct with a 60 bomb. Jesus.
Absolutely insane. He's the only player in the lobby to get 60 kills. So definitely he was doing something right. Definitely carrying his team kill wise. But Dean with 198 impact, 57 kills in the bag, and almost 2.5 minutes in the point. He was carrying that team. Dean is Trinity at this point in time, and going up against his former teammates, showing them what they're missing out on, and completely, if I could say, shitting on them. Because what was that? Those were your teammates. You were on the same side, and you go and treat them like this. Nah.
Yeah, it's diabolical to have that kind of performance against your people that were once your teammates. But still, a game is a game. And if you are not bearing the Trinity flag, you will get the gun. And now we get to see the SND on Tunisia and control on stand-up this time around. But still, hey, I want to see how this turns out. It's no longer firing range. It's now Tunisia. I want to see if Trinity can continue with the streak, or if Cyclone esports will just go a full-on reverse sweep and make them pay for breaking their streak.
We definitely know that Cyclone Gaming is slightly better when it comes to SND, as we can see from the players that they do have. Logan being an incredible sniper, Nandi having, if I'm not mistaken, the highest SND stats in this entire tournament. He's the sole player with the highest KD with regards to SND. So having someone like that on the side of Cyclone Gaming, maybe they do have a chance. You know, him just blazing through everyone with his SMG in hand, it might put up a decent fight against Trinity.
Let's hope he does. He needs it. It's because right now, if Cyclone esports lose this best of 3, that's not going to look good for your stats. It's not going to look good because a number 6 beating a number 1, you gotta ask yourself the question, okay, when does that happen? In CODM. It happens in CODM.
That's true, but I mean, I guess the transfer news did have, well, the transfers did have a very slight effect, maybe just a little bit of an effect on the fact that Cyclone Gaming lost. They didn't lose by a lot. It was a 28-point lead. So, but you can see that they're really struggling without Muji and Dean. Big props to them.
I suppose they somehow find their way around and not having Muji and Dean around because they have to. They have to. Cyclone esports, they played well. They contested, they fought hard. We saw the tight clutch where I think we're above the 220-something point mark, where Cyclone esports locked the hell in and just contested like everything depended on it. Like it was the final day of the league phase or something like that. But it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. Danielo tried, but it just wasn't enough. Now SND on Tunisia, we get to see the area view before the storm. And of course, it's going to be round 1 between both these teams. And I want to see Cyclone esports response.
Well, it's definitely going to be a very close game. We can see Simpsy already with the PKM in hand, inside managing to drop the first blood of the entire game with a nade kill before he drops to Muji there with the Odin in hand. Michael trying with his deadly sniper, but the machine pistol comes to the rescue, taking out Daniello. Simpsy getting a kill with his PKM. Vpex taking down, oh my goodness, made everything happening so fast. We're in a 1v2 already here. Logan with his XM4 in hand against Dean and Muji. Guys, these three are friends. I bet, why did they have to put themselves in this type of situation? Logan is going against his besties right now. Sniper in hand, smoke is thrown to distract him. Who is he going to pick off first, or is he going to be put down from the side by Dean? Oh, the betrayal. I can't watch.
Well, it is happening live feed, and you're gonna have to because you're actually casting the game. But still, Trinity Esports, a great start for them to finish off things here in the S&D. If you're Cyclone Esports, well, is okay, Logan, I'll go for a wall bank there at the respawn, but the man did not have any luck there. Numbers are still tight at before. This is up bad. That's Nundi picking up Muchi, gets straight out real quick, no time at 1-for-1, and the score's being tied once again.
Tied indeed. Lives were 3v4, but now 1v4 here. Oh my goodness, Daniela was left all on his own. Guys, he's just a kid. Okay, hold on. The Cyclone bashing is getting a bit insane. I'm not sure what kind of wake-up call Trinity had behind the scenes. They've gotten 2 back-to-back rounds. They're the ones planting. Cyclones are defending. And Trinity are just having their way with Cyclone right now. We're seeing a full-on B push here. One player staying off in mid in order to give callouts, and Cyclone Gaming completely spreading themselves out as they should when it comes to defending.
Yep, and that's Logan picking up instincts as the first blow drawn, and Nundi taking some shots there. Man will go back for engage. No 5v4. Muji bomb picked up, planted though. That's VPEX taking out Dean Falls. Daniel Falls, Simpson Falls. Muji fights the 2-piece, and now 1v3 is where we're at. Mikey, oh, one shot kill. Wallbang, Logan Falls, and now 1v3. No, Muji plants the bomb. No time wasted. Oh, what the heck? VPEX inside finds him. That's a one-shot kill. Since the man up top misses the shot, and Michael makes him pay for that. As Trinity take 3 rounds back-to-back.
Oh, a third round going to Trinity. You can hear the absolute disappointment in my voice right now because I genuinely am expecting better from Cyclone. Hopefully they have some sort of a wake-up call and come with 3 back-to-back rounds of their own. Trinity is still planting on the side. We see Instinct carrying the bomb. And it seems like we're going for a full-on A push here. We're still holding off very close to spawn. Michael going to peek with his deadly sniper in hand. Can he find any picks? But Daniello putting him down with the KN-44. Vapix dropping as well to Simsi 3v5 here in favor of Cyclone. Maybe this is the turnaround that they needed. Dean dropping to Daniello as well. 2v5 here. Instinct still carrying the bomb. Muji here to back him up and taking down Daniello, the absolute unstoppable force in this 4th round. Instinct still alive with Muji 2v4. So the numbers are not looking in Trinity's favor, but they do have the bomb in hand. And it seems like they're kind of cornered here. Instinct still trying to watch spawn. Muji trying to peek out onto A to see if it's safe for him and his teammate to move. But less than 1 minute on the clock. They're going to have to do something.
Yep, and hopefully that thing is in the favor of Trinity. Now Logan, opening on Thundriders. Also see the man boom, but sees the man stand up. And that's Instinct finding Simsy. 3v2 is where we're at. Might catch another. Muji holding in hand, sees the man walk there, but doesn't find him. Now, following Instinct now, sticking together. Might just be the solution here to a 3v2 situation. Insight. VMP, weapon in hand, might be waiting for someone to run into. Sees the man, sees both of them, but no time. You blink, you miss it, gets taken down. Instinct plants the bomb, no time wasted. It's a 1v2, Muji and Instinct against Nundi. If anyone can clutch it, it's gotta be this guy. But now the bomb being planted, and now the timer counting down against him.
Counting down indeed. Nundi is most likely the unstoppable force that you want to take down very early on in the round. But now he is stuck against Instinct and Muji. Instinct managed to put him down, a quick bait and switch situation due to the fact that they had numbers advantage. And now 4 back-to-back rounds to Trinity. This is insane. I promise you, tonight has been full of surprises. Teams that we didn't expect to win are winning, and it's shocking every single one of us. 4 rounds here. Trinity are still on the planting side. Cyclone still defending. Can they hold them off and hopefully bag at least 2 rounds before sides are switched?
Well, honestly, we gotta ask that question, but still, hey, The bomb is still not picked up. Numbers have dropped, by the way, and that's 2 for the side of Cyclone. What the heck? That's numbers being dropped back and forth. Danny freaking Nello picks up 2 pieces of his own. Non-default defense picks up another 2 piece, and the numbers are done. Trinity 5 back-to-back rounds. This is Cyclone esports, a team that has never dropped a single map. What is going on?
They're possibly going to drop a second map here. That sentence didn't even sound right coming out of my mouth. Like my mouth said it, but my brain doesn't want to believe it. We're seeing Logan here trying to attempt some wallbang shots, hoping to bring things up for his team and put them at an advantage. But the entire Trinity pushing onto B-bomb here. Smoke has been thrown. Logan hopefully giving the call-outs to his teammates and trying to shoot through the smoke. Gets a shot on instinct to bring the numbers in Cyclone's favor. Nandi taking down Michael. Simply taking down Dean as well, putting Trinity in a 2v5 situation. Things are looking good for them. Muji takes down Nandi, but then Yellow putting down Muji and defusing on B side. I did not even know the bomb went down. So the pressure was definitely on. Cyclone, welcome to the SND game. It's good to have you guys.
Oh my goodness. Well, at least 5-1 is better than 5-0, so I'll take it. And at least you get to save face, right? But still, numbers are tied now. We get to round 7, and I like the way things are going here for Trinity Esports. If they continue like this, they can potentially make it 2-0 in their favor, and Logan falls first. And now Trinity are starting out what they might be able to finish as they take another. That's back and forth, 3 down, make that 4. 1 member left. Seems the last man standing takes one down with the base XM4, and now 1v3 is where we're at in favor of Trinity.
1v3, and you're going up against Dean, Muji, and Michael. At this point in time, any one of us would uninstall the game and pretend like we have never played it since it came out. But Simsi, being the brave man that he is, XM4 in hand, is going to take that chance. 2 of them waiting under arches. He manages to find Michael hiding in the corner, and now Dean and Muji left, his 2 former teammates. Can he be able to figure out where they are camping and waiting for him to peek from top line? He manages to get Muji off the head glitch there, retreats back to top line, jumps, finds his teammate under, but he doesn't shoot. Oh, I beg. Why? Why?
That is the perfect definition of shoot on sight. That is what he should have done there. Shoot on sight. In a situation like that, you shoot on sight. Hesitation is defeat. That is it. But hey, the man did try. Picked up 2 before he did go down, so I gotta give it to him there. You know, he did try. But still, 5v5 might be a potential final round for Trinity to close things off here. 2-0 in their favor. But still, Cyclone Esports, well, not the best day for them. But then it is a league phase, not a single knockout. So yeah, they will not get to beat Trinity again. But this will definitely be a slap on their morale, especially on their streak as well. 5v5, Danielo with the bomb. Bomb not planted yet. They're just hoping for a potential wall bang. Logan still trying here. And now they might be taking it a bit slowly because they know this could be a potential round for Trinity or potential round for Cyclone to start something. Maybe choke them out. No, Muji will fall. And yeah, that's not looking good. 4v5 in favor of Trinity.
Trinity have the numbers. They have taken down Nandi very early on in the round, less than 1 minute left, and Cyclone still have to plant. Potential match point here for Trinity. Cyclone have only bagged 1 round. Logan taking down Dean. A very important snipe there to get very early in the game. Then Yellow now taking out Muji with the back shot. How did he not see that coming? He was tickling him, but he managed to confirm the kill. Michael taking down inside, and then Yellow with the revenge. 3v2 here. Well, 2v2 numbers are equalized just as I have spoken. Simsi now with his teammate Logan, who gets put down, and Simsi bagging the second round for Cyclone. Okay. I don't want to get too excited. Please don't crush my hope. Don't break my heart like this.
Yeah, guys, the Kijo jinx is real, guys. So, Cyclone, you gotta be careful of that. Don't get too excited. This is not the time to relax or get complacent. You have started it out well. Start now. Finish off what you started. You took the round last time. Now, this is your chance to keep taking more rounds. And Trinity will lose Michael. That's a vital kill there. That's another drop. Now it's a 5v3 in favor of Cyclone. You can't miss this one.
They don't have any room for error at this point in the game. We're still at match point here in favor of Trinity. Numbers are 3v3. They're all tied up. Daniela with the bomb in hand, though. So he seems to be directing his team on where to go. 3 of them on the B bomb site, but Dean trying to peek in here very quickly as Daniello puts him down, protecting that bomb with his life. 3v2 now, Instinct and Muji. These two have been the last two standing for quite a few rounds in a row, so they should know how to work well with each other at this point in time. Simsi and Logan backing each other up, where Instinct is pushing the complete opposite side of the map, and Muji going to try and come in from mid. So this is definitely an interesting tactic here as Simsi takes down Muji, putting Instinct in a 1v3. Then Yellow falls and Instinct falls just after 3 rounds to Cyclone.
Is it a joke? Don't tell me this is a joke, Trinity. Come on, man. You guys are this close. Don't tell me this is a potential reverse. It's gonna be an amazing situation to see potential reverse from Cyclone Esports. That's gonna be them redeeming their name and showing why they are number one. Hey, no jinx, Black Manta jinx is real as well as the Kijo jinx, but still what that Muji Odin finds one, but not the Trinity out real quick. No time before he wreaks havoc. Now Daniello falls down to 4v3. Cyclone Esports do tie things out 3v3. Now another force 3v2. People on Cyclone Esports number seen, and that's the trick from Dean to make it 2v2, almost a 2v1. Yes, he does, makes it work. Now 2v1. Trinity have numbers advantage. You can't mess this up.
Can't mess this up indeed, but Sumsi carrying his team to a potential comeback here. He is the one with highest kills on the side of Cyclone, 11 kills, and that is all he's going to get. In the SND, another map lost for Cyclone Gaming, and the series loss for Cyclone. They have lost to Trinity, guys. This is a highlight for not only for Trinity, but for the entire Pro Series. Not only has Cyclone lost 2 maps, they dropped a series. So the numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie, and the data don't either. We saw a different situation entirely in the league table. Now we're seeing an entire situation the opposite of what we'd expect to happen in the gameplay. Yeah, so yeah, CODM is dynamic. I like that. Things change, and gameplay does as well. So hey, Cyclone Esports, that performance next time. But then Trinity Esports, big W's to you guys. You guys have absolutely pulled what we wouldn't have expected. It surprised me at least. I'm speaking for myself here. When I look at the stats, we see Dean 177 impact, 13 bomb on his side, and on the other side, Simsi with an 11 bomb and 156 impact.
Simsi definitely was carrying his team on his shoulders, but let's just take a minute to appreciate the fact that Muji and Dean, the 2 top fraggers on the side of Trinity, had absolutely no problem whatsoever completely annihilating their former teammates. They had no shame. They did not hesitate, not even once. And between the 2 of them, they have 24 kills combined. That is absolutely insane. So real props to them. Instinct dropping 9, VPEX dropping 5, as well as Michael with 5 kills himself. It's a well-deserved win in the favor of Trinity.
Yeah, indeed, well-deserved win, but still, hey, Trinity, they did fought as well. It wasn't exactly that easy to fight, to put down Cyclone like this, in this manner. 2-0 in their favor wasn't an easy thing to achieve, but still, I gotta commend those guys. They achieved it, and now I'm pretty sure that is gonna move them up the table a little bit, even if it's just a little bit, at least improve their stats. But still, hey, kudos to Cyclone Esports. They at least put on a show for us towards the Hardpoint. I can't really say much for the SND ring.
Well, we'll definitely have to see how they perform in the rest of the tournament. Mind you, Trinity is the same team that did not play on day 1 of the Pro Series. They gave the win to NATO Gaming on the first day. They were the first match that was going to start the Pro Series off. So that could have a huge effect on why they're so low on the table. And maybe now we're finally seeing what they're made of.
I do hope so. I do hope they keep this up. I mean, if you can beat the number 1, then you should have no issues beating the rest, right? But then The rest, there's a lot involved in the rest. You've got PDX, the other team there that is also number 2. And so yeah, Trinity has a lot to deal with if they want to continue like this. But still, it's beautiful performance. It's great. Keep it up, Trinity. Show me that you guys can still make it work in spite of those player transfers. That you guys still have it within you in spite of those player transfers. So yeah, that's what I want to see. And yeah, that's it for game 2, guys. Once again, big shout out to our sponsors, ASG, Our Sports Gaming. We wouldn't have this amazing, epic action we see here without them. Thanks to them for sponsoring the African Pro Series. Big shout out to them.
All right, we are possibly going for a short break. When we come back, we still have 2 more games for tonight, guys. Don't worry, the fun has just started. If I'm not mistaken, the next game is between Paradox and Sierra 7. Production can confirm whether I am correct on that one. So we do have an incredible game still left. I did see someone in chat, or the YouTube chat, say today is the day for the underdogs. So if we see Sierra 7 take down PDX, I'm done. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself after that.
Honestly, if I see Sierra 7 take down PDX, yeah, I'm just gonna take this off. I'm like, yeah. I'm no longer seeing this anymore. This is how do you even do this? How do you can't make this up? You can't make this up, really. But still, here, I do hope. I'm up for surprises. So yeah. Show me something, Sierra 7. Series Sierra 7, show me something. And with that being said, guys, we'll be going on an intermission. And when we come back, it's going to be PDX and Sierra 7. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back, guys. We have completed only half of tonight's adventures, game 1 and game 2, completely out of the way, and I want to erase it from my memory as we go into match 3, Paradox versus Sierra 7. Paradox is second on the current league standings before today's matches have started, and Sierra 7 are fourth. So very close calls with regards to both these teams. Not much of a score difference between them, but this could be the make or break where Sierra 7 catch up or Paradox get even further ahead on the league standings.
Hopefully that's the situation because Series 07 right now being fourth on the board, you're not so far away from PDX. So, potentially taking 2-0, that's going to put them closer to them. It's going to bring them closer, potentially even take them to that number 3. And NATO Gaming, mind you guys, NATO Gaming did lose the first match. We saw another DQ situation there. So, yeah. It is something I am looking forward to, really. I'm looking forward to the PDX Series 07 game. And hopefully, we don't get to see another situation of Cyclone esports because now PDX are also another team that has not dropped a single map or a single series, Kijo.
Well, we've definitely seen that tonight is the night of the underdogs. So considering the fact that Paradox is full of stage 5 players, Sierra 7 would be considered the underdogs in this scenario. So maybe the odds are in their favor, and one of the major signs of the Day of Judgment and Sierra 7 are going to completely wipe the floor with Paradox. But we're going to head straight into tonight's beloved Hardpoint map on takeoff once more, where Sierra 7 are going to be on the blue side, Paradox on the yellow side, and we're going to start the chaos.
Start the chaos indeed, and that chaos will start out with the first blood drawn as Virus from Series 07. And I gotta ask the question here. PDX are starting it out well. I'm pretty sure they watched the Cyclone esports match. I'm gonna say, nah, that ain't us. They're gonna start it out there. The hill already taken by them, the lead taken for Series 07, being no slouch themselves, take back that hill and are now trying to tie things out and potentially take back that lead.
Sierra 7 taking a very small but sure lead here, quite indeed, as they hold on P1. Life coming through with the 2 pieces. He takes down Charisma and Ruin with the switchblade in hand. EU are trying to get revenge for his teammates there as he's trying to push into P1 now as we speak. Heading into scrap time, those last few valuable seconds on P1, and Paradox trying to claim as much ODJ time in order to equalize with Sierra 7 before we rotate over to P2. That seems to be where Sierra 7 are headed though. They're setting up early rotation here. Smoke is thrown. Eeyore throws a hunter-killer drone out as he is playing Dinger Rosie with one of the players here. Oh, he takes down Fadi in P1 and the score is 18-17. Heading over onto P2 where it's already contested. Life coming through with Virus absolutely annihilating 4 players here on the side of Paradox, and Sierra 7 takes the lead once more.
Yeah, they take the lead once more, and this is exactly how Trinity started out against Cyclone esports, but now the hill in their favor and them really holding it out. Virus defending that hill with everything he has. That's a drone kill, finds the man, Charisma. He falls in his tracks, and now the hill being contested. PDX to take it back. But no, it's like Series 07. They know this is the man coming through for Charisma. Switch play finds life, and now Buddy and reinforced 35-22. The score gap is not that much, but PDX are trying to close it in.
They're trying to get that gap closer and closer and hopefully overtake where they can. But it seems like Sierra 7 have that advantage for now, and they're quite firmly holding their lead against Paradox. So the underdogs are definitely working overtime in order to hold their lead here. Sierra 7 closing in on 50 seconds. Life coming through with some movement there before 7 Ken puts him down. You're holding down P4. P3, I've lost track. Charisma coming through with the 2-piece of his own with the switchblade, make that a 3-piece before Pain puts him down. And Paradox now control of the point. 7 Ken with the Sparrow from above, and Ruin with his War Machine out. We see a Death Machine out as well from the side here of Sierra 7. Charisma with a 2-piece, a 4-piece with his equalizers in hand, absolutely blazing his way through the competition. And Paradox finally taking the lead with regards to OBJ.
And that's finally there. Nate finds 7 Ken. He gets traded out. Rowan falls as well. Hacks and Fadu falls. PDX taking back the lead there. Darox with a switchblade finds one. Virus falls. And now 7 Ken falls. Life is not a switchblade of his own. 49-67. PDX are in the lead for 007 to take back that scrap time and try to close in on that lead there. They lost it. They had it. They lost it. And now they're trying their best to take it back. The hill reset. And now rotations will matter in situations like this. That was fine. Virus spin falls to Eeyore. 7 Ken falls as well to Hacks. Life finds another back end for 56-69. PDX are the ones to close in on that 100-point mark for the hill as we take it back by 007.
We can see Sierra 7 catching up ever so slowly here. They're finally playing catch up and they have managed to equalize with regards to OBJ time. Point is contested and 0-7 passed that 70-point mark, but so do Paradox. And it's back and forth sharing custody of this point like it is an abandoned child. You can see that we are still contesting points right now. ER coming in with a 2-piece. Darox coming in to back him up. Smoke is thrown and nobody can tell what's happening here right now. Charisma trying to break into point as well. Gets a 2-piece outside, trying to keep S7 off, but Virus taking him down as Paradox still gets the lead and scrap time still being fought for here at Sierra 7 on 74, Paradox on 85, make that 86 as they get those last 2 valuable seconds, and Sierra 7 still trying to make a play for that almost completed OBJ time. We're going to rotate now back over onto P1 where General Fadi takes the ball to Darox. 7 Ken dropping a Predator on Pain. And Fadi dropping again to Eeyore. Guys, please check up on Black Master's favorite player. What is happening?
Honestly, I gotta ask the question, what is happening here? Look at the kill counts. Jesus Christ, Eeyore, that's 4 picked up. Chill, man. Now the drone goes out to get him, potentially another one. And now the equalizer comes out from Instinct to Charisma, rather, to deal damage before he puts him down and said, no, you don't. PDX crossed the 100-point mark and the double picked up by Darox with the switchblade. Life gets another double of his own with the switchblade. And we're seeing that Life versus Darox 1v1 here when it comes to picking up number, when it comes to picking up kills. The 75-113 is where we are. PDX taking that lead and increasing the score gap even more.
Increasing the score gap indeed that Sierra 7 originally had, but now Paradox have completely taken control of and dominated. Fadi coming through with the 4-piece before he gets put down by 7 Ken, sending him right back into despawn. Drops coming through with his death machine now breaking into P2 as he tries to get those early rotations for his team. It seems like Sierra 7 had it down, but Paradox broke in and got control. Fadi coming through with the 2-piece with his war machine in hand. Can he hold it down in time for his teammates to get there? Takes down Darox as well. Almost all the operators are out here in favor of Sierra 7. Death machine, war machine equalizes, and we saw a claw in play. So Sierra 7 definitely know how to time their operator skills to their advantage.
Yep, definitely know how they did. Speaking of operator skills, we see the equalizer being brought out there, and now the XM4 weapon in hand. Now the Sparrow 7 Ken got 2 with the XM4, got 1 with the Sparrow, Axe Force, Virus Force, Darox still with the Switchblade, doing numbers. That's Charisma with his, finding Pain. Now Life brings out his, finds Eeyore. It's the Switchblade throwdown in the Hardpoint here, as they will find another 2-piece ruin of his own, 98-145. And we are seeing PDX take back the hill, scrap time, start next rotation, Civic 07 out there. But then, hopefully that's enough for them to close in on the lead PDX has.
Hopefully, as they have barely made it past the 100-point mark, and we can see them trying to fight over control for P4 here before things, P3, sorry, before things rotate once again. Paradox over 150, Sierra 7 on that 100 mark exactly before Paradox come in to contest and take it all for themselves. Eeyore coming through with a 3-piece with his claw trying to clear the point out from any Sierra 7 players. Charisma dropping in point to General Fadi, but Darox sends him right back to respawn. And we see Hacks coming through as well, taking down Darox in point, and now a 3-piece with his Gravity Vortex wiping the face clean of any Paradox players, hopefully giving his team the advantage to play for the much needed OBJ that they do not have right now. Charisma with the 2-piece, with his equalizer, a 3-piece, and some extra bullets there just to make sure that they were actually dead. Hunter Killer Drone goes out to find his victim, but Hacks putting Charisma down before he can get any more kills on the board.
Speaking of kills, your finds live. Varus forced well, Ruin and the Rocks forced to Fadi to be picked up. And now live, the switch gets taken down. Your finds another 2-piece of his own. Now Varus comes out with a death machine. Your finds more, nobody. Your chill, man. The man will take more. And that's the Rocks now with the death machine. Finding 2, finding 3, almost 4. But Pin will put him down and says, no, you don't. Ruin finds Pin. War Machine comes out as well from Ruin. Now PDX. So that's our 200-point mark. And effort. That's the man Pin finding one with the XM4. Machine placed the weapon in hand and find another into that hill. The Rocks finds Pin, takes him down. Now PDX above the 200-point mark, and we might get to see double the score lead difference. PDX have given to Series 07. It's 100 score gap, Kijo.
Over 100 score gap indeed, and I'm waiting for the comeback here from Sierra 7 because they initially had the lead in the beginning. Ruin dropping in point here to Hacks. The Sierra 7 attempt to break into point. The Rocks trying to stop them, but he has failed. Ruin failing as well. Eeyore dropping in point. Charisma now trying to push in as he takes down Pain, takes down Virus, and he falls to General Body himself. Hacks almost on a 40 bomb here. And you're the only other. Oh, wow. Actually, most of the players here from Paradox above the 40-point mark. Hacks the first player on Sierra 7's side to pass that 40. We can see we've rotated back onto P1, where Paradox will try to close things off on the first kill. The Rocks pushing into point, contested smoke is thrown, and there's absolute chaos happening over P1. The kill feed looking all yellow for now. Eeyore with his throw out once more. Death Machine and throw out on the side of Sierra 7, but Charisma coming through with his equalizers before he gets put down. 7 Ken with the Sparrow in hand, and everyone wants control over P1, where Sierra 7 are trying for that comeback, and Paradox have less than 9 seconds left to close things off.
Less than 9 seconds. Hopefully they make the most of it. Swap times in favor of Series 07. And now defending that hill, gets taken down. PDX take that hill back and say, you make these scraps, but we will still take it. And now 5 more points left to that target point. Series 07 are trying to find their footing, but there's no time on that hill. Rotations will matter, and the hill will be taken again. That's the Rocks with the death. I say the man is already on 53 bomb, and rather 46 bomb. Charisma on 53, and now we get to see a back and forth. PVX, 3 more will matter. That's Virus back shot with equalizer to take them down, stop them in their tracks, 3 down, and more will come for Series 07. They take back the hill, get the points of PDX. For how long can they hold out?
How long can they hold out? Indeed, Paradox only need 2 more seconds in the point. They're currently contesting, and we can see they are absolutely losing their gunfight here on top ever so slightly. Hacks coming through with his XM4, shooting through the smoke, hoping to find the Rocks on the other side, take him off the heady, and he does, completely wiping the point of any Paradox players whatsoever. Hacks coming through with the punching gloves as well. Eeyore with the 2-piece, Fozzy with the Hunter Killer Drone, 7 Ken with his own 2-piece, and now for those last 2 seconds are going to be counted for on P2. Sierra 7 fumble those last few seconds of scrap time. Now we can see how valuable they are, because Paradox come through with the win.
They come through with a win, and well, hey, at least it's not a scary one like we saw in Cyclone esports, but still, big wins to PDX for taking that on the Hardpoint on takeoff, and also big wins for Series 07. They did show potential. Like I gotta give it to them. They did show potential there. At the point, it was starting to look like a serious contest between both these teams before PDX broke out. And now we look at the stats where it's 55 bomb for Charisma, 46 for the Rocks, and Eeyore having 52. Same number, actually not the same number, 46 for 7 Ken, Ruin on 36. But a 197 impact on the Rocks.
Absolutely insane. Over 2 minutes in point there, so he is definitely trying to keep his the players who have chosen him for their fantasy team. He's trying to keep them extremely happy. 46 ball from the Rocks as well, and the highest impact in the entire tournament. Sierra 7, though, they definitely didn't disappoint. Only 1 player had below the 30-second time for OBJ, so they were definitely trying. You know, they had the lead in the beginning, but you kind of lose that momentum if you're losing your gunfights.
Yeah, you eventually lose your momentum. And PDX knew how to ride on that. Immediately they broke out of that tie situation. Maybe they broke out of a close score lead. They did not stop. 20 score lead, 50 score lead. At some point we saw a 100 score lead. And that is PDX saying, we know where you are, we know where I am. So let's just play according to the stats, okay? Stats show one information, the gameplay is gonna show the same. And that's exactly what they did. Well, I gotta give props to Trinity. They did try their best when it comes. That's rather not Trinity. I gotta give props to 007. Look at me, I'm still focused on the second game. I gotta give props to 007. They did contest, they did fight hard, and hopefully we get to see a situation where things are different in the S&D.
Well, hopefully 07 attempt a reverse sweep with regards to the S&D, even though we know that PDX do scarily, like, it's traumatizing how well they do in S&D, completely annihilating anyone who stands in their way. And it's not a bad map as well, you know? Coastal, it's a tournament favorite, it's a rank favorite, a lot of corners to hide, a lot of places to sneak up on people, and I feel like Paradox makes very good use of these extremely tough corners.
Yep. Tough corners. Hopefully they make use of it, like you said, Kijo. Now looking at the map aerial view and look at the menu, guys. That's Jared. Jared will soon eat there after this. 5v, we get to start round 1, and 5v5 numbers are still tied. The nades are thrown, but onto the other side, you can see the numbers being split between the A side of the bomb and the B side of the bomb. For now, numbers here, the B side here, but Fadi fights the rocks. That's the sniper kill, finds one, and that was close. Almost another ruin. That was another close one. Now 5v4. Looks about the CR7. Nice space, but we'll take down more. Back and forth happening so fast. A 2v2. My goodness, seriously, 7 tying things up again against PDX.
Ruin and 7ken now the only two alive against Pain and Hacks. As you can see, Sierra 7 have planted the bomb, and Ruin with the collat, taking down the last 2 members from Sierra 7 and getting the defuse. I don't even think 7ken knew what happened there. All he just heard was that he can defuse the bomb now. That was absolutely insane gameplay. The Hacks just peaked, and that shot lined up so perfectly. First round going to Paradox.
Fine pierce. Divine penetration. I don't even know how the man even did that through 2. And that was production even shouted. Production shouted, guys. You can't hear production, I will tell you what happened. Production was like, ooh, and yeah, that's Jerry, by the way. 5v5 numbers on outside, and that's Rocks PKM. Will get taken down. Fadi with another wall bang takes the Rocks and takes Ruin with him as well. Now the ball but the 307, but the agency on Charisma finds one. Live 4-4, 7ken finds Pain, and Charisma with a Thunder, I think 2v2 again. That's a sniper, almost a 2-piece with a back shot, and now 7ken Warbang finds Hack. The defuse comes through for PDX as they take round 2.
2 back-to-back rounds, some absolutely insane gunfights. I'm not sure when Charisma picked up a sniper, but he said, okay, it's not mine, I'm gonna use it anyway, and takes Virus off a head glitch. What? These guys are both different, I swear.
Your difference indeed, and you did say they ask, yep, scary it is. Fadi finds Charisma, that's 1 down. Now PDX went down 1 man, it's a 4v5. And of course, we are seeing Darok still with the boxing gloves. The man is still trying to pull off the Mike Tyson move, but now Ruin on the Tundra there. Fadi takes him out again. That's another one picked up in this single round. Fadi 2 men down. They'll find more here. It's a 5v3, and they are picking off the members of PDX. But the Rocks Mike Tyson catches Pain on the legs to buff the man down, and now 7ken types 3, takes down 1, and they are picking off the boys of Sirix 07. The ball being planted by Virus. No time wasted. It's a 2v2. PDX have somehow tied the numbers.
tied the numbers indeed. They have equalized. Bomb is down on B side here, where Virus and Life are going to try and defend it with everything they have. 7ken and Eeyore, the last two players alive from Paradox side, where they are looking to get a third back-to-back round. But you're definitely going to have to check your corners. Eeyore and 7ken pushing in together, hopefully trying to have each other's back here. Virus getting taken down by 7ken. And now Life trying to come through. Eeyore sees him. He takes down Eeyore. And 7ken puts him down. This man just wants to defuse the bomb in peace. He does not want anyone to trouble him.
Well, to be fair, Kijo, SND does have an OBJ mode, which is the planting of the bomb, the diffusing of the bomb. So yeah, if 7ken just want to defuse the bomb, hey, if he gets the point, that works. But then PDX actually flipping that. They lost 2 members early, and they flipped that and somehow took the round. Like you did say, these guys are traumatizingly scary in the SND game mode. And Series 07 are beginning to realize that in this game. But now, Rowan through the sniper with the Thunder, the man is pick one. You don't pick a sniper, you don't pick a sniper. And that's Fadi. He almost got picked up early. That would have been a vital kill for the side of PDX. But now, Rowan, he knows they are there. Sees them slice through, and the man will hesitate at one point. That Rocks finds one, hacks force. Fadi trades him out. And now, 3v3. That's the HSD on Charisma. Picks up Virus. The man is trying to look for more. 2v3. That was advantage to Series 07.
They have the advantage for now. Life comes through, taking out Charisma, but 7ken not too happy with the fact that he is last man standing, takes out his frustration on Life there. 1v2 now, Pain and Fadi up against 7ken. Type 63 in hand, and it seems like 07 do not have the bomb right now. Less than 1 minute left on the clock, and they're right next to each other. Everyone's walking with dead silence, so they can't hear each other right now, and they do not want to cross paths. Bomb is currently in a bar, so 7ken needs to figure out a way to avoid that plant from happening, even though we know he likes to defuse the bomb. So, maybe he let that happen. Extra 100 points never hurt anyone. Pain and Fadi now making sure all the corners are clear before they plant the bomb on A side. Fadi going for the plant, peeking the corner. 7ken takes him out before he can get that 100 points. And now Pain, completely astonished, doesn't have any idea where 7ken went. Less than 10 seconds left on the clock now. Bomb needs to go down if he wants to give himself more time. 7ken pushing through, sees him behind the bomb, but bomb is planted. Gonna peek him off that heady now. He's aiming in the complete wrong direction. Can they take each other out? Pain going back to hide in shop, and it's still anyone's game.
Yeah. Pain now, XM4, type 63 for 7ken. Man is just holding now. Sees the man slides through, and that's the engagement for Pain. Will win it out and finally get around for Series 07. That's how we get straight to round 5.
All right. We're seeing a bit of a NATO and MSH repeat here, where MSH had the 3 rounds. NATO got their first round, so maybe we're seeing a bit of a comeback here. Fingers crossed in favor of Sierra 7 as they bag their first round. They are still planting for the next 2 rounds while Paradox are defending. Fadi still with his sniper in hand, and we can see Paradox on the minimap still very spread out, while Sierra 7 are going for a full A push. It's where they feel most comfortable. They know how to get the kills there as Life takes down the Rock, sliding across the corner. Charisma taking down Fadi as he drops to a Virus. You're taking down Pain. Oh my goodness, these trades are absolutely off the charts. 2v3 here now in favor of Sierra 7. But 7ken trying to equalize those numbers, leaving Ruin all on his own against a Virus who has planted the bomb on A side. And now we're hiding in that corner where things could take a very bad turn for Paradox, bringing the score up to 3-2, still in Paradox's favor.
Yep, Series 07 taking 2 back-to-back rounds. Well, PDX did take 3, but still, hey, that's a great start if you want to make PDX choke, I guess. But still, hey, 5v5, numbers and outside. That's, yeah, as I get to say, Ruben and Fadi, that's Ruin taking out Fadi. Fadi takes out 7ken. I guess no defuse for him in this round, Kijo. That's 4v4, numbers and outside. But still, engagement's going to come. Charisma still with that HSD. The man is just holding out. He might just be, patience might just be the solution here. But then, he knows they're there. He knows Man is just waiting potentially to see someone run into his line of sight or line of vision or line of aim. Man is just holding now, Ruin as well. They are starting to be a bit shy and take the round a bit slow here, Kijo.
Definitely playing it very respectfully here, considering the numbers are equalized, but Ruin realizing that he is in a bit of a difficult situation with the whole of Sierra 7 pushing through B zigzag, where Charisma is going to find them, gets a two-piece right off the bat, trying to find the third. Machine first will help him out as he takes Sierra 7 from the back. Oh my goodness.
Yep. And just look at that charisma. HSD finds Jesus Christ. My goodness. What is with PDX and piercing shots, man?
He's just a kid, Black. Hold on.
Only with a two-piece, Charisma falls, your Wallbang takes him down, and now 3v5, that's Ruin missing that one, and now it's gonna have to make up for that though. 7Ken takes down Hacks, 3v4, Series 7 still having the numbers advantage there, the bomb being planted by the Rocks, no time wasted, PDX prioritizing objective, not just TDM, but still, let's see how this goes, Kijo.
3v4 here in favor of Sierra 7. And the fact that they have a life advantage does not mean much, because Paradox know how to equalize the numbers fairly quickly. Ruin taking down General Fadi, Pain taking down Ruin as revenge, and now 7Ken taking out Pain with his Type 63 in hand. As we say that, numbers are equalized 2v2, but now they're not. Life getting put down, and Virus as well. 7Ken is unstoppable in this S&D match.
Unstoppable it is. Unstoppable is the word. Now PDX potentially a match points round. And Series 07, we saw them take 2 back-to-back rounds. Hopefully they can keep that up. But it's starting to look like PDX have finally got things back into control here. As now, don't forget, they did take Hardpoint. So yeah, if they actually take the S&D, they will potentially end things out here. Back and forth, your finds life, that's 1 down. And now Series 07, they don't have numbers advantage. They don't have the numbers tied, rather. Now the Rocks blast the bomb. No time wasted. Objective matters as well. Not just from TDM, but Fadi might run into someone soon. That's Hacks now. Grenade finds 7Ken. That's 1 for 1 right there. 4v4. Numbers are outside.
Tied for now, and we can see that Hacks has picked up a shotgun, trying to give Charisma a run for his money. Ruin taking down Fadi, Hacks taking down Ruin with his shotgun, and Eeyore taking down a Hacks. Pain taking down Eeyore. These trades are just going off one by one, falling like dominoes. Durox and Charisma, the last 2 standing. One with the shotgun, one with punching gloves. Charisma takes down Pain. Virus taking down Durox, and now 1v1 between Virus and Charisma. It's shotgun versus gloves as the time runs out. And he completely played him there. No attention paid whatsoever to the fact that the bomb was planted and the timer was counting down. You can see Charisma with a bit of a celebration there as we reach match point for Paradox.
Match points, potentially. Now Pain, Type 63. The man is just waiting there. The Rocks already picking up the bomb. PDX, no time wasted. I kind of like the fact that, Ruin finds Pain. That's 1 down. And now 4 members to prevent what will be PDX securing the best of 3 in a 2-0 fashion. Now Life takes out the Rocks. Eeyore trades out Life to 4v3, and now Papi sits 2, but somehow doesn't get any. And now Virus puts down Ruin. 4v2 now. That's Virus taking out Ruin now. Virus falls straight to that. Eeyore fights Fabi, and that clears out Series 07 as PDX take the series in a 2-0 fashion.
Well, I don't know what I expected, but I definitely expected Sierra 7 to put up a bit more of a fight. We have a clean 2-0 win. You know, that's Paradox still proving that they're on top of the scoreboard for a reason, on top of the league standings for a very specific reason.
And that particular reason has now been seen in the gameplay, not just the data. And right, yeah, Series 07 though, I gotta give props to them. Hardpoint was more of a contest. Hardpoint was more fierce when in the competition than the S&D, but still, hey, props to them. They at least did try their best to give PDX a run for their money in the Hardpoint.
Definitely, they were very close calls with regards to the Hardpoint game, but that S&D spoke a completely different story. 7-2, and yeah, at least we have one more game to look forward to. At least that wasn't the last match of the night, because I would be absolutely crying myself to sleep if I was in that position. But our final game for the night, definitely a match to look forward to. Two titans going head to head, ECL versus H9, and I don't even know who to back. The polls will be up in the chat, but we are going to take a very short break, and when we come back, let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, we will be going for that break after the highlights, guys. So yeah, let's just check for the highlights and look at this amazing plays, Kijo. We see Series 07 here. This was the point where it was starting to look like they would contest, but no, PDX said, no, you don't. I'm number 2 for a reason. And now we get straight to the S&D where the narrative was PDX started out so well. And S7 said, okay, it looked like they were building momentum at some point. PDX took 3 back-to-back rounds. S7 took 2 back-to-back rounds. Look at that piercing shot from Ruin. And Series 7 took 2 back-to-back rounds. We thought, okay, maybe a potential reverse sweep. But PDX said, nah, Black, come on. Kijo said, we were traumatizingly good. The least he can do was believe her. And yeah, I do believe her.
I mean, even so, Durox taking out Pain in his ankles with those boxing gloves. I'm not sure if he got a gun kill that entire S&D. I think both were boxing glove kills. So we need to get Durox signed up for some MMA so he can leave the kills for everyone else in COD. But a well-deserved win to Paradox there, indeed. Especially Charisma with that shotgun in hand. You do not want to be on the other end of that shotgun.
Yeah, with that being said, it was an amazing gameplay between PDX and S7. PDX taking 2-0 and, of course, adding more points there and preserving their unbeaten records in terms of maps and in terms of wins. And with that being said, we will be going on a short break, guys. When we come back, it's H9 versus Eclipse Gaming. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back, guys, to a quite an eventful night, especially considering the first three games that have been played. We have, I'm still not sure. I think it's MSH that won the first one. We're still unsure about that. And then Trinity beating Cyclone in game 2, Paradox beating Sierra 7 in game 3, and now the match that I certainly have been waiting for, ECL versus H9 to end the night off.
It's the final game, and man, it has been quite an interesting set of games we have witnessed so far. And now look at the placements for these both teams. It's number 7 versus number 8. Honestly, it's pretty easy to see the outcome for something when the performance has such a huge difference, right? For the one of Cyclone and Mashada, number 1 and number 5, for the one of PDX and Series 07. But now you have something where they are so close. How do you predict that? How do you see the outcome? Although Eclipse haven't exactly been having a good time in the league phase. They don't have a single point. And Hunt Nonogons has just one. So it's pretty hard to see this outcome, honestly.
It's been very tough for both these teams, considering the other teams that they have versed so far. But this is somewhat equal grounding for the both of them, considering, I mean this in no disrespectful way, yes, they're at the bottom of the league for now. It is still very early. It's only day 3, and these two teams are going up against each other. So one of them will come out from this match or this game better than the other.
Yeah, that's for sure. Eventually better than the other. But hey, best of 3, 307 have done theirs, and it did not go well with PDX. It ended in a 2-0 fashion in favor of PDX. We saw what it's like when you go up against the top member of the league board. We also saw that it can be different when Trinity played against Cyclone esports, the number 1. And now we are seeing Eclipse go up against, and they don't have a single point, but I don't want to write them out. I don't just want to write them out because we have seen underdogs win and we have seen top dogs win. So who's going to win this time around? Let's see how it goes.
Well, we have some really strong players on the side of ECL, especially considering they are, I think, currently lost on the board. We have a lot of players that many people know. You know, we have Kral, we have Dad on that team. So they're not to be taken for granted. But on the side of H9, 4G, you have Devilman, you have Great Joy, you have players that have been around. They've been through the most. They've been through hell and back. They know what it feels like to be put down in every situation, and they don't want that to happen again. ECL want to at least pick up one map, if not both, and end the series off early so Black and I can go to bed. But H9, they don't want to be the first team that ECL, you know, wins over. That's going to be a bit of a stain on their reputation.
Well, considering their reputation doesn't really have a lot of impressive data, right? They are number 7, don't forget. They are just really close to ECL. So it's something they can get out of, that's for sure. If they end it in a 2-0 fashion, they can increase the gap even more. But still, ECL, if you are ECL, if you're Dad, well, you want to do something about your position. You want to do something about the fact that you don't have a single point. And then if you're Hunt Nonogons, we want to make sure that you are not the ones being done that.
Well, definitely these teams are just fighting out for who comes out 7th at this point in time. But definitely don't take either of these teams for granted, especially if you have them picked out for your fantasy team. I know a lot of people back Xavier, a lot of people back Dad and Kral, and many of the players from H9 who have proven their stats from previous tournaments. You know, maybe they're just having a bad day, guys. It's tough being on the other side of the game. Yeah, we sit here, we make fun of them, you know, we laugh, you guys talk shit about them in chat, but put yourself in their situation, Raps.
Put yourself in that situation. And yeah, if I had a fantasy team, I would definitely have Devilman there. I am a big fan of the Man's Equalizer. The Man's Equalizer is an absolute menace. When he comes out with that thing, nah, it's all hell breaking loose. The man goes all out, and I love seeing things like that. Violence. The man gives me this joy, man. I'm a big fan of the guy, honestly. So Devilman, if you're watching the stream right now, or you're gonna watch the stream later, I'm a big fan of you, man.
Well, we know which team Black Matter is supporting tonight, and I'm waiting to see which maps we're playing tonight as well. But before that, we're going to see a quick comparison between, if I'm not mistaken, the best players from both teams. On the side of ECL, we have Krull, whose KD is sitting just below 1, sitting at 0.93, a total kills of 51 in the Pro Series so far, and that's only because he was subbed out in one of the previous matches, and an average OBJ time of just below 20 seconds. Now, if you take that and compare it to 4G, the best H9 player, we can see a clear difference with regards to who is better, but that's just because Krull wasn't there for one of the games. So maybe now if these two go head to head for once, we'll see which team comes out on top.
We'll see indeed. Look at these stats here, Kijo. Looking at Crew from Eclipse Gaming and 4G from Nonogons, we are seeing a KD of 1.01 on 4G and 0.93 on Crew. There's a difference there. It's a 0.8 difference, and that little points might make a difference for 4G against Crew, but hey, stats don't lie. The gameplay we have seen so far can be a different thing entirely.
The numbers definitely don't lie, and the stats definitely might prove to be in favor of one of these teams. I hope I'm seeing that correctly, because we're going to be playing Hardpoint on Combine, which is the first for tonight, considering we've been playing Takeoff throughout the entire night. But yeah, these teams are going to go head to head, and I want to know you guys' predictions. There is a poll in chat currently for who do you think is going to win the Hardpoint. So let us know, and especially what your score predictions are going to be. As I say that, we're going to head straight into the Hardpoint game.
Yeah, before we get straight to the game, I am seeing the polls here, 71% in favor of Eclipse Gaming, and that's 38 votes. My goodness. You can tell the people watching the stream right now are really still having faith in Eclipse Gaming, and that's a good thing. They take the hill, they take the lead, and now none of us are playing catch up, and hopefully the crowd supporting them is the motivation behind this performance, as none of us will take back that lead.
Taking back that lead indeed, and you can see H9 just 10 points on the clock, while ECL have 5. Xavier coming through with a quick 3-piece there with his XM4 in hand, and kills are being traded quite fairly at this point in time. No one's fighting over that P1 spot for OBJ though. H9 seem to have made headway with regards to that OBJ, but ECL not paying much attention to it. I'm wondering if they are playing the Hardpoint more for PDM instead of the OBJ.
I'm wondering as well, and that's going to be ECL playing catch-up. It's still, Nonogons are still in that lead. He resets, but he gets straight into P2. It's that point on Combine, and that's the teams now. That's one of the money hills. They try to keep them out. If you can make the most of this hill, you can potentially rack up a lot of points. And Nonogons knows that the ECL find a way to break through and enter into that hill and put Nonogons out of that hill, and they take the numbers. They try to catch up to Nonogons. There's 6 more points left for them to catch up and potentially take back that lead they took from them. But now back and forth, numbers being found, retro falls. ECL, they're trying to take back the lead. They do. They take back the lead. They take back the hill, and now Nonogons, they won't stop playing catch up the hill. They're still being zoned out of it, kept out of it. And now the operator skills will still come out and play. The pride comes out there, finds no one. Now 40-28, the score lead is there, and ECL are starting to look good.
ECL have finally taken the lead across OBJ, first team to hit the 50-point mark in this match. We saw a quick little 2-piece there coming in from Retro, 3-piece there, stopping H9 from getting into point. They do have spawns though. Inopro getting hit in the face with the Hunter Killer drone, and Retro was still holding down P2. We're heading over to P3 now, where it seems that ECL are holding it down yet again. Dad coming through with the 4 in hand, taking out a Inopro. Predator missile in hand, doesn't manage to find any confirmed kill on the other side. K getting taken down by Devilman, a 2-piece of his own in point before Retro sends him back to spawn with the death machine in hand. Yuki now getting taken down. Didn't see how many ECL members were waiting for him on the other side. We see Equalizer in hand here for K, who is trying to push into point. Rayjoy getting a 2-piece of his own, but K taking him and Inopro down with his equalizers and increasing that gap for ECL as they close in on 100. They're currently at 88-31.
Goodness, ECL 60 points difference. And right now, closer to the 100-point mark. Nonocon still haven't found their footing here. And 4G on the 5 points kills. Devilman on 9. Great Joy on 15. My goodness, carrying his team in terms of kills. But now ECL crossed that 100-point mark. They are close. And now Vortex Gun comes out to play. Devilman brings out his people lighter. And when he does, you know it's hell that's about to rain. But now we are gonna go in for a listening in on Eclipse Gaming. Yep, production just
Should have kept from this thing. Should have kept.
P1. I'm popping my machine. Shoot the trophy. My life, guys. Now I'm full of necessary rounds. You would have lost one.
Oh, never mind. There's only one person. Rotate for you.
12 there. Nick, let's contest. P1 dead.
No, guys.
Wait, P1 again.
Go Kato, guys. Go Kato.
OBJ, ASAP. OBJ Kato. ASAP. Done.
They don't want to take Kato. In front of rocks. Nice. Kato.
Very sexy. Very. Who's over pushing? Come back.
Flank it.
Please don't be over pushing. No, remember, no unnecessary pushing, guys. No unnecessary pushing. OBJ and Kato.
Pity. Oh, guys. OBJ.
Now, trust me, they look my back. Trust me, OBJ and Kato. They look my back at this point. Kato, guys. Energy.
Kato there. Guys, let up.
They're winning, remember, they're winning. Take it like that.
For the beat today.
Yeah.
Alright, we saw some incredible comms there on the side of Eclipse Gaming as they still hold the lead against H9, almost 140 here, as H9 tried to close in, barely reaching 70 at this point in time. So they have doubled the amount of points that H9 have. We're heading over onto back to P2 side, sorry, if I'm not mistaken. And we can see Eclipse Gaming trying to hold it down. They have spawns, but Great Joy coming in with his death machine in hand, finds 1 and a second on Xavier before Retro takes him out. And the War Machine in play now as well by Inopro trying to break into point, holding it down here for his teammates and trying to keep ECL off the point. Manages to only get Retro, who takes him down with him as H9 tried to decrease the gap that ECL have on them. Devilman tried to push out with the equalizers, but Thrall coming through the gravity vortex and shots are fired. ECL crossing 150. H9 barely making it past 83 right now as point is contested, and H9 tries to take that scrap before we head over on to P3.
P3 will be. We are gonna go in straight up, no time wasted for the listening in for the boys of H9 rather. Right now, we will go straight in.
A minute. Hey, I spotted the inverse.
1P1. There you go,
P1,
How did he even?
P1, this P1 going on you.
Guys, they have someone deep. Nice SMG did your deep
about it. This listening actually saves us.
Guy, go me you. Guys, please
Prefire.
I can't see the guy. I just see him. We never lose it.
What the hell? Go me game, guys. They have a machine.
One machine dead.
One in point. 2 in point. One of them is on top.
I don't kill one.
That's one tap.
Go me. Guys, this lead did too much. You're not locking. I beg.
3 in point.
Okay. I go on. 3 in point. Nice. One small window.
Game pick.
We don't hit 100 though. We did game like mad.
P2 entrance. He's in P2 now. He's going next.
Water, fudge. Water. I can't put you.
Killed one.
Let's rocks. Leave
Must
him,
be
make it
fast.
quick.
That machine got me. Got the left side.
This machine is still there.
That machine is important to.
I got the machine, guys. 100.
I'm killing one rocks. A bit two.
I'm using my DM. Watch me too.
No, two. One left side. Two left side. Two at the left side.
Yeah, I got
I found out.
One rocks. You guys are key.
Yeah, I killed him. Push up
No,
to.
P2.
Well, we can definitely see that both these teams are feeling the pressure as both of these Nigerian teams go head to head, and we could constantly hear God I beg as these teams struggle to go up against each other. ECL crossing that 200-point mark, H9 just over 120 as they still have a lot of ground to cover up, and we are reaching the home stretch here for ECL.
They take back the hill. None Guns are still in it to win it, and still somehow rack up what point they have left. That's two-piece with a VMP, and 215 is where Eclipse gaining is at. More will come. That's the hill taken back by them. 219, 220, 13 more points left to make that 28. Eclipse giving a closer than ever. No Guns. That's a 100-point score difference that Eclipse giving to them. Closer than ever. Make that 20-point score mark. The remaining round score is already there. Telling No Guns there's no time on that clock. You gotta make it work. 238 now. It's gonna be 10 more points left, and Eclipse seems to have this one in the bag. It's gonna be 5 more points left.
Less than 5 more points. We got Xavier holding it down with his war machine in hand, and the fries have been put in the bag. ECL with a well-deserved comeback from last on the league standings to an incredible win over H9, 250 to 126. That's almost double. They can't get any more points, but that's almost double.
Yeah, that's almost double. Honestly, right now, well, ECL, it's impressive, really. I gotta commend them. If this is the team that they did vote for, right? We saw the polls, more than 50% of people voted for these guys. And right now, they are showing the people in the stream why they really hoped they'd done that, and why they're really happy by doing that. I don't know why I'm struggling with my words here, but still, that, looking at the stats now, 195 impacts, 197 on the Xavier, and looking at the hardpoint time, my goodness, 1 minute and 39 seconds for that, 1 minute and 34 for Retro. These guys, that might not have the highest bomb in the team, but you can tell he played for points.
He definitely prioritized OBJ, and we can see that the player that did that the most for H9 was Devilman. He's the only player on the side of H9 to have over a minute in point, and he had the highest kills. Devilman was definitely carrying his teammates there, and Great Joy, the only other player on H9 side with above 30 kills as well. So those two were definitely carrying the side of H9 on their backs, on their shoulders, and dragging them as far as they could. But a 2v5 isn't exactly fair in this situation.
Well, it's the S&D we're getting into, and don't forget it's the best of 3. ECL have started out well, taking the hard point on Combine. Let's see if they can pick this up. Let's see if they can continue, really. I'm all up for, them getting points. They've gotten one already. Hard point and Combine is there, so no one can tell, no one can say ECL doesn't have a single point. Now they do have one. Hopefully no DQs, but, now they do have one. But still, fingers crossed, yeah, hopefully no DQs. But hey, I'm impressed. I'm impressed by ECL's performance. They've not been in their best game since the league phase started. I mean, it's day 3, right? But still, they've not been in their best game. Or tonight, I do hope they show us something to convince us that they are still on top. Just a little mishap in their previous matches.
Yeah, it was probably, considering the fact that the teams they went up against previously, they've already versed the cream of the crop. They've versed MSH and they've versed Paradox. It's done. Now the only other teams they have to go up against, okay, yes, you have Cyclone, yes, you have Trinity, but I mean, they needed a bit of a break. They needed to show us what they were made of, and that the fact that they deserve to be here in the Pro Series. These are the top 8 teams from, I think, over 40 different teams that have registered initially. So each of these teams have something to fight for. You do not want to be at the bottom of the table, though.
No one wants to be there, Kicho. And right now, that is Eclipse gaming. That's exactly why they are fighting like this. And that's exactly why a lot of people are voting for them on the stream, because we do have, now the votes are here again for the S&D, and now 29 votes, make that 30, has been placed. And we see Eclipse gaming taking 77% of the votes once again. Wow, the people really love Eclipse, man.
The people have spoken. They're in it for the underdogs. They want ECL to get this comeback. But H9 are such a well-known team, and they really fought for their place to be. It's so hard to pick a side. Both of these teams are so strong and so unique in their own way. As they head into this SND here, we have ECL on the attacking side. We have H9 on the defending side. But as of right now, not a single drop of blood has been spilt. Both teams are respectful and they are holding their positions while we wait for ECL to decide which side they're going to taunt on.
They're going to have to decide now, won't they? But then the both bomb sides are covered by the boys of Nonogons. You can see 3 players on that A side, 2 players on that B side. So whichever side they choose, it's a pick your poison situation. Do you want to face 3 of our players, or do you want to face 2 of our players? The bomb is still not planted though, and that's the numbers being dropped in Opro, finding 1 retro force, and now 5v4 is where we are at.
5v4 indeed. H9 have numbers advantage, bringing that down to a 3v4 as 4G gets a deadly snipe on Kral, sending him to the next round. Unk K retaliating by taking down Yuki from H9, bringing them still to a 3v4 as Dad brings it down to make that a 3v3, equalizing the number, a 3v2, sorry, tilting the numbers to ECL's advantage. Devilman taking down Xavier. Oh my goodness, Great Joy coming in with a kill of his own as Dad puts both of them down and gives the first round to ECL.
Gives the first round to ECL, and well, the people voted, and they are starting to be happy why they voted for ECL, because ECL is giving them a reason to smile tonight. They have taken the hard point, and now S&D is trying to smile on them. 1 round taken, 5v5, round 2, here we go. Numbers still preserved, but still 4G, nades thrown. Hopefully that doesn't find the value. That's gonna go over. Doesn't find anyone. And now they are taking things slow. The bomb not planted though. We see the same strategy none of us adopted. 2 players on the B side, 3 players on the A side. The exact same strategy. Now Yuki gets into an engagement. The back shot says, Retro tells him, where are you going to? Why are you running? Puts him down now 4v5. Eclipse Gaming having the numbers advantage.
They have the numbers indeed, and they do still have the bomb in hand as they are pushing out onto the bomb side. Smoke is thrown, and now Inokro does not know the situation he is getting himself into. He's still peeking the smoke. He hears the footsteps of Retro, who tries to go for backshot once again, but gets put down. 4G getting put down by Kral, and Great Joy taking down Unk K as the chaos has erupted on B bomb side. The bomb has been planted by Eclipse Gaming, and we're in a 3v3. Numbers are fairly equal, so I just have to watch your angles as Kral tries to get a machine pistol kill, and Devilman, but he gets put down as well. Dad getting put down by Devilman, making that a 2-piece, and now it's a 1v3. Everyone pushing in on Xavier, who only manages to get 1. And Inokro seals the deal. First round to H9.
Well, you can tell at least they are starting to fight back. ECL started out well, and now Nonogons are saying we're no slouch. We're going to do what we can to take a point for ourselves, potentially. And now round 3 is where we head to. The bomb picked up, straight up, no time wasted. I love ECL's opinionated move there, because they know what matters when it comes to the S&D. Objective matters a lot. As well as the TDM though, but objective more. But now Nate Santu, we see Nonogons doing the exact same thing. Deja vu, 2 players on the B side and 3 players on the A side, guarding both bomb areas. And now Yuki, BMP, weapon in hand, might run into someone soon. Now sees the man slide through, takes him down on K4s. Now Yuki finds want to find a double, but no, Dad puts him down first. Now eat a 4v3. Numbers if you want Nonogons.
They had the numbers advantage indeed, and they still do have it as they pick off another. Krull getting sent to the next round. Retro and Dad, the last two standing, and they do not have the bomb in hand. Bomb has been dropped on B side, where it's being carefully watched and held down by two players from H9, putting Dad and Retro in a bit of a sticky situation as Devilman picks them off. Dad coming through, retaliating and taking out Devilman. He is stuck all on his own now against Greatjoy, 4G, and in No Pro. This is a deadly situation.
Deadly will be that start falling, and yep, not gonna go and stick round 3. Round 4, here we go. Not gonna go is starting to lead though. I gotta commend those guys. They know what they're doing. You know, they're starting to show some level of composure, some level of tenacity in this match. Hopefully they can keep this up because ECL are no slouchy that they do have people support. And right now, 5v5, numbers are tied, nades being thrown up and down, and the smoke thrown as well. But now we see none of them switch up their strategy here. All the players going towards that A side, and now numbers back and forth. It's a 3-4-3, but now a 3-4-2. Probably Eclipse game is sitting up and locking in as now they have the numbers advantage.
They definitely did not want to get flamed considering how much the people are supporting ECL, but the numbers advantage in their favor here. Dad, Krull, and Unc K, the whole family from ECL, are up against Yuki and 4G. Bomb has been planted on the A bomb side. They're waiting on the headies. Krull didn't manage to connect the shot there as Yuki takes him off the head glitch, pushing further onto A side. Now Dad taking out Yuki before he gets any closer, saying, nope, not today. You're not going to get a chance to kill any of us. 4G now peeking. Can he peek the right angles in time? Machine pistol out as Dad comes through with the side shots and equalizes the rounds here, 2 for 2.
Well, it's neck and neck. Both teams really trying their best to see who pulls through this round and pulls through this mode. But it's the S&D. If you're Eclipse gaming, you want to end things here. You don't even want to push a control. You want to end things here. But now, 4G trying to go for a potential wall bank there. But now 5v5, that's 5v3, actually 4v4. They will somehow trade Greatjoy out. Retro gets it. And now, numbers still preserved. They are trying to take things slow. That was Devilman now with X4. Man is waiting. They are trying to see who can walk in between. But that's Yuki now getting a 2-piece clean. Retro and Onki falls. And now 4v2. Eclipse Gaming don't have numbers advantage.
They don't have the numbers advantage at all, and they constantly seem to be in these sticky situations. We have Krull and Xavier, the last two standing. At least they have bomb in hand, so maybe they can switch things up and move to the other bomb site, because taking on a 4-man on one bomb site is going to be a little bit difficult. They're going to get boxed in. They don't know where anyone is hiding. Checking your corners is going to be absolutely vital here. Manages to check the corner but does not shoot on sight. And Devilman takes down Xavier and Krull before they even got a chance to shoot a single bullet.
Well, none of guns now are finally broken out and are taking the lead. 5v5, round 6, we get into, and both these teams, you can see the fight for who comes out on top for the S&D. I love the fact that none of guns are hanging in there and are really trying to prove the crowd wrong and saying, hey, you might have voted for Eclipse Gaming, but we will show you why we were the winners of the Deca Cup Season 5. But that's gonna be numbers dropping in Opro, and Devilman takes 2 down for 1 falls. Dad gets straight out in Opro, fights a 2-piece of his own, and Eclipse Gaming numbers are done. That was probably the fastest round of this S&D, Kijo.
I blinked. I didn't even get a chance to say anything. And the entire of ECL just dropped dead right before all of our eyes. But as we say that, sides have been switched. H9 are now going to be attacking as if they haven't already been aggressive this entire match so far. They currently hold a 2-round lead against ECL, who are now defending. So you can see them spread out. They're trying to check both bomb sites to see which side is better. 4G taking down Xavier before he pushes up towards them. 2 players from H9 are checking if B side is clear, but it seems that bomb has to now rotate all the way back to spawn. 3v5 here, so numbers are in H9's favor as Dad, Krull, and Unc K once again are yet to clutch the round.
It's a plus round. They did. Oh, switchblade. Okay, Devilman first gets the reaction time first. And now on K-Force, the 5v2, the bomb being planted by Yuki. You can tell none of guns want to secure more rounds for themselves. And now Dad and crew, last man standing for ECL. Can they make the clutch? It's 1, it's 2 against 5. And the boys of none of guns have everywhere covered. Now the bomb counting down against Eclipse game in 25 seconds on that timer. They don't have that much time. It's gonna make that work. Meanwhile, 4G, Thunder in hand, trying to move close towards them. Sees them from the downside, but Pro will get the kill. Double on the Type 63. That's it, man. 5 rounds have been taken by Hunt Nonogos and only 2 for Eclipse Gaming and Kijo. This is a potential match point round for Hunt Nonogons.
Not only that, considering the fact that ECL have won the Hardpoint, we might see a control game. So I don't know how I feel about this. I'm happy we see a control, or might see a control. Sorry, but we're all tired, guys. We just want to go sleep. Just put the prize in the bag at this point. 3v4 here in favor of ECL, who seem to be taking my advice. 2v3 now. And we have Dad, Retro, and Unk K against 4G and Inopro. A deadly combination here, one with the Type 63, one with a sniper in hand as they watch each other's backs. Inopro getting taken down by Retro, putting 4G in a very difficult 1v3 situation here. But he does have his sniper in hand. Stats shows that he has been carrying his team so far. So let's see if those numbers are lying. He does not have the bomb, as we know, H9. Are currently the ones planting the bomb, and he's playing this very respectfully. He knows that he is boxed in currently, so if he pushes out, he has to get the kill. It's make or break.
Make or break it did. 4G, Thunder in hand, last man standing, 1v3. They will have to take it easy here, take it slow. Positioning matters. The bomb dropped and all picked up by Hunt Nonogons. And 4G now taking his time, really just trying to scope the area. They have him marked every corner. Sees the man a headshot on K4s. And now information giving out back shots there from Retro, 4G falls, and Eclipse Gaming will back that round.
Well, Eclipse Gaming are still in the running. They're not going to let H9 just win the SMD without putting up a fight. And who knows, maybe they might even have started a comeback in motion. As we can see, H9 struggling to pick which side to plant on now as we see them completely scattered on the map. And Dad taking down Inokro as the first kill, giving ECL the life advantage for now. He's still pushing up, but he has to wait for his teammates to back him up. Krell waiting on the other side of B, manages to hit mark of 4G, scaring him enough to chase him right back. And 2 more players from H9 trying to pick him off the heady. Numbers are still in ECL's favor.
Numbers in ECL favor, and did 5v4. That's where they are at right now. Eclipse Gaming. They might be a start of something new, but that's a back shot. Check your corners. Yuki will find Dad. And so far, so good. It's a 4v4 now. Numbers are tied once again. ECL, you can still make this work. The people are rooting for you in the polls and in the comments. Nonogons are starting to write a different story in the S&D. And Yuki with the bomb not planted. They have to decide whether the A flag or whether the A bomb or the B bomb. But now the bomb put down. Not planted yet, but picked up. That's 4G falling to Crew. Now 3v4. Eclipse Gaming have numbers advantage.
Still have numbers advantage. Oh, and the boxing gloves are out. Devilman sending Retro right back to the next round. 3v2 here in favor of H9. And they have round advantage. Still holding that 2-round lead. You can see Krell and Unk K last 2 standing. Please check your corners, Krell, as you're about to enter no man's zone here. Managed to take out Great Joy from across the map, but Devilman lies hidden. I think he can smell him. Slide peeks, gets the shot on Devilman. Sends him to respawn as well. Yuki getting taken down, and the bomb is being defused. The comeback of the century here for ECL.
Comeback of the century indeed. I do hope Nonogons are not choking. I do hope they're not choking, because we saw them take 3 back-to-back rounds, and man, I just hope they're not choking, Kijo. But now round 10, we get straight into an Eclipse Gaming are somehow looking like they might make them choke. But so far so good now. The numbers are still tied. They are starting to take this a bit slow. Nate towards that Ace B side. And right now, they see the man is distance, but that's a shot from that to get him first. Great Joy Force now, Retro Force, 1 for 1, make that 1 for 2, make that 1 for 3. As now 3 members of both teams in totality go for now 3v3, numbers are tied.
Tied up indeed, as we can see ECL take that life advantage in their favor. 3v2 now. Pro and 4G last 2 standing. Bomb has yet to be planted. Over a minute left on the clock, but Kral, Anke, and Xavier want to do their very best to not let that happen so they can hopefully equalize the game and keep us on the edge of our seats here. 4G definitely watching his corners. He knows that at least one player is waiting on the other side, waiting for him to plant, and Pro is going to try and do his best to cover him. Xavier now can hear the bomb is going down. He's waiting for his shot, waiting for the opportunity. 4G has no idea which side he's coming from, looking in the completely opposite angle. But 3v2 situation, bomb is down, 30 seconds left on the clock.
30 seconds left on the clock indeed. 2v2, checking your corners is going to matter. And of course, 3v2. Now, this man slides through. Jesus Christ, cool. What the heck was that reaction time? Now, machine pistol. Now, the defuse comes through, and Eclipse Gaming have somehow tied the scores, and Hot Nonagons might be onto a potential choke.
I'm astonished. You know what? I'm completely shocked. I knew ECL had it in them, but H9 had such an incredible lead. I expected them to give up and let's just say go to control. But it's fine. Not everyone wants to make Kijo happy. We don't have to see control, guys. Things are tied up right now. 5 rounds for 5. 5 lives for 5. Everyone starting things off respectfully. H9 planting, ECL attacking as we're in round 11.
Round 11 and potentially a match point round for either these teams, because we have seen none of us wanted, but Eclipse Gaming clearly wanted it more. Crowd support might just be doing the trick for them. 5v5 bomb being planted by Yuki, no time wasted, but now Xavier might see the man there. But now Devilman prone, waiting for a target to walk in, but Crow finds 4G first, and now Eclipse Gaming have the numbers advantage. 5v4. And that type 63 weapon in hand shoots from a distance. We're not able to find anyone there. It's a 5v4. Gunfights are gonna start. But Retro not finding anyone. They are picking it slow. They knew what's at stake. Eclipse Gaming to close things off in a 2-0 fashion. None of us may not see that control. But what will they do? Great Joy XM4 sees them, but they find the first. Xavier Ong finds numbers of their own, and now the last man move for Ong finds a double. The defuse comes through for Eclipse Gaming as they take match point. And right now, one more round is all that's standing between Eclipse Gaming securing the entire series.
Not a single body was dropped for ECL. Every single player stayed alive, and I'm pretty sure they were debating on who got to defuse the bomb there before they actually did that. Match point here for ECL, and we saw H9 get 5 rounds while ECL had 6. Yuki taking out his frustration on Retro with the grenade, caught it mid-air. Incredible Kobe from him there. Kral taking down Pro. These man's snipes are off the chart. Someone please add him to your fantasy team if you haven't already. Takes down Yuki as well. Now he's got a VMP in hand. Deadly combination. Bomb is in sight. And the numbers are looking pretty equal. Once again, 3 for 3.
And Kijo just jinxing, guys. It's 3 for 2. And Devilman finds Xavier. Now 2 members left for ECL. Well, this might be a clutch of a century for these teams. That's gonna be cool again. Fights 1 shot, Great Joy Force, and now 2v1. Crew, the last man standing. If anyone can clutch it, it's gotta be this man. Snipes off the chart. Now VMP and the don't dry in hand. He might run into Devilman and 4G, the last man standing. If anyone can clutch it, is for none of us. It's gonna be them. But now Devilman sees Crew, but somehow Crew makes it work, takes out Devilman and last man standing. 4G in the way of ECL taking the series 2-0. It might just be the clutch of a century for the man. But now 4G prone, bomb being planted, might give out the information for Crew, walking towards the man. Sees the man there, but 4G says, no, you don't. Hold Nonagons, tie things up. And this is where it all begins and where it all ends for either these teams.
That is so freaking intense. Carl was on a 4 streak. Why did 4G have to deny him his ace like that? Just let the man win. I beg, he needs it. Look at that, 11 kills for Carl. Dad with 13 kills here. Rounds are tied up, and Devilman from Hunt 9 absolutely carrying his team on his back with 14 kills on the clock, highest in the lobby. The rounds are tied up. It's 6-6. It's anyone's game. Everyone is respectful. Everyone is recalculating, trying to figure out the best strat in order to win this. If you're H9, you're trying to push the third map. If you're ECL, you want Crow to go first and get another 4-piece and win the round again. But please figure this out. There's just over 1 minute left on the clock. You cannot waste any more time. I have no idea how this S&D is going to end.
Neither do I. Could be the start of a reverse sweep for Nonogons, or the start or the end of the best of 3 series for Eclipse Gaming. It can only end either way. There can only be one winner, not both ways. So Nonogons, brace up and get ready. You can see both teams taking it very slowly, playing it safe. The bomb picked up, not yet planted, and we see the same strategy. Nonogons, 2 players on the B side and 1 player that's good. Joy sees on K but falls. That's 1 down for Nonogons. That can't be good. And on K takes down another. That's 2 down. That can't be good. That takes out Yuki. 5v3, 5v2. Eclipse Gaming might be on to another flawless round. Okay, takes out Inopro. And now 4G and Devilman, the last man standing. Devilman leads 4G and tells him complete the mission. Nightmare what? But that will clear out what's left of Hot Nonogons and take the series for Eclipse Gaming in a 2-0 fashion.
Absolutely insane. We haven't seen ECL win a single map the entire Pro Series, and now they come here and wipe the floor with H9. They bagged the Hardpoint, they bagged the S&D, got a 2-0 series win. They've completely astonished us. Yeah, I'm so glad. Hopefully we see them move up the table further on throughout the Pro Series, but with the way they played tonight, Xavier with his XM4, as you can see from Hardpoint, with the way he carried, their gameplay from ECL was just off the charts tonight.
Up the charts is the word, and I'm convinced ECL crowd support really helped them, because this is a team that up until tonight didn't have a single point, and now they just bagged two wins as well in a best of 3, and well, that's gonna help them in the board at least. But so far, ECL, great job. And of course, the Hot Nonogons, they did try. It was really close in the S&D, but at all costs, there can only be one winner, and that winner tonight was ECL.
Definitely. H9, it's not the end of the road for them. They still have many more games lined up, if I'm not mistaken. They have 4 more games. Everyone has 4 more games in order to make a name for themselves and put yourself higher on that league standing. But for tonight, quick little recap of what happened. Game 1, we had MSH versus NATO. MSH won the game there. Game 2, we had Trinity 9-11. It hurts to say this. Trinity 9-11 beating Cyclone Gaming 2-0. Paradox beat Sierra 7. And now to end things off for the night in the same fashion, we had ECL bag the win against H9. And the stats don't lie. Look at that. 16 kills from Dad, 11 from Unc K, 11 from Kral as well with his sniper. One of the top 5 Ks in the lobby. ECL were definitely putting in the time here. And 4 kills from Xavier and Retro on the side of ECL.
On the side of H9, we do see Devilman with 143 impact, 14 bomb, 9 for 4G, 9 as well for Inopro, 8 for Yuki, and 6 for Greyjoy. Maximum impact 143 for Devilman. And that's that for the stats for both these teams. H9 and ACL going it out in the best of 3, Hardpoint and Combine. And we did see the S&D as well, where it was at some point we thought H9 was going to make a significant move and take the S&D, so we'll go for a potential reverse sweep. 3 back-to-back rounds, and then ECL says, we've got crowd support, we've got plot armor, tie things out, and H9 says, all right, look, I acknowledge you guys, and I will say for the S&D. Okay, so with that being said, that's that for Game 4 from us tonight. It's been amazing. and it's been such a long run. We've seen an amazing set of games so far, Kijo. We saw starting it out. We saw Mashada. Well, we saw a very funny thing there with the DQ. You know, they were about to do a best of 2 win, but the DQ came through. From the match versus NATO, we go straight on to see Cyclone esports versus Trinity, where Trinity did something we did not expect. 2-0 against Cyclone, number 1 on the board. No one saw that coming. And then we move on to game 3 and game 4, where it's just amazing game so far.
Tonight was definitely action-packed, absolute cinema. We saw a DQ for DQ, we saw underdogs, we saw betrayal where friends from old teammates just shot their own former teammates like it meant absolutely nothing. We saw 2 Nigerian Titan teams go head-to-head and only one could come out victorious. But I expect nothing less considering this is the African Championship Circuit Pro Series and it's only day 3, guys. We're almost halfway there. And we still have so much more in store for the rest of the tournament. So I can't wait to see which teams end up on top.
Yep, me neither. But then that's going to be everything we've got for you guys for day 3. It's been Black Matter, it's been Kijo, and of course, shout out to our sponsors, Our Sports Gaming for sponsoring and bringing to us the Pro Series. It's been an amazing set of matches, and it's been a nice time spending with y'all and the viewers. You guys, and of course all our watch partiers, big wins to you guys, and of course shout out to Die Hard, man. I'm a big fan of you. Thank you so much, man, for pushing what we do here out there. Shout out to Jerry in the back as well for handling the stream and all that. But hey, it's been cool, it's been nice, it's been amazing. Good luck, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday.